Welcome back to the channel. Today, it's WrestleMania 24, the watch along. Hey, it's Scott Barrett, and welcome back to The Burning Truth. And I'm joined once again on episode 365 of The Burning Truth with the main man, the man who's never missed an episode. It's Matt Burns, everybody.
I'm feeling it, though. I'm feeling it. But,
feeling it.
Just so you know, right now, if you watch an episode a day, we'll see you next year.
Oh, nice. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we've got enough for an entire year if you watch or listen to an episode a day. So absolutely fantastic. Well done, Matt Burns. Quite an achievement. That 365. Not bad. Not bad at all. Oh, and there you go. Lado's got the round of applause on. Right, so here's what we're doing today. We've got a watch along of WrestleMania 24. An amazing WrestleMania. And one that I am fairly fond of from memory, but haven't watched since the actual event. Some of the stuff we've got a Money in the Bank ladder match. We've got, this is a throwback. We've got Kane versus Chavo Guerrero for the ECW title.
Oh, I remember
We've got Batista versus Umaga. We've got Beth Phoenix versus Ann Melina versus Maria and Ashley. We've got Randy Orton versus John Cena versus Triple H for the WWE Championship. Floyd Mayweather versus Big Show. Yes, that's this WrestleMania. We've got Edge versus The Undertaker in the main event, and the match that we're all really here to see. JBL versus Finlay in a Belfast brawl. Just kidding. It's Shawn Michaels versus Ric Flair in the career-threatening match, which I think we're really excited to watch, Matt Burns, right?
That's the one you're guaranteed to shed a tear.
Yeah, I think we might have a cry watching that. But this is a watch along, so we want you to watch along with us. We're here to provide alternate commentary or a second screen experience. So what do they need to do to play along, Matt Burns?
Very easy. Very easy. All you need to do is get WrestleMania 24 ready on Peacock, Netflix, DVD, or however you want to watch it. Cue it to the very start of the event. When we count down 3, 2, 1, play. Hit play at the same time as us. From there, we'll guide you through every match with live reactions, insight, and some classic wrestling trivia and some modern trivia if necessary.
Absolutely. This clock in the corner right here, or in the center of your screen rather, will be the counter for our stream of the episode. So if you follow that and sync your time up to this clock just here, you'll be on track with us and watching the episode. We'll pause and regroup anytime we need to. If you're listening on the podcast, we will shout out the time at regular intervals so you can watch along.
You beat me to it there, right there.
Yeah. While you're getting it set up and you're starting to get WrestleMania 24 wired up for yourself, here's what you can do. You can find us on our YouTube page. We're desperately trying to get to 1,000 subscribers currently. So please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. It's free. And subscribe to our YouTube, The Burning Truth 251. Also, you can find us on any of the social medias while I'm talking about it. All you have to do is type in The Burning Truth and look for the championship belt above us. Just look for the belt or behind Matt Burns because he lives in a house with a giant belt behind him.
Love it.
I think, Matt Burns, if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's get this thing loaded up and start watching WrestleMania 24.
Shall we?
Let's do it. In 3, 2, 1. Play. And here we go. Starting off with these, I imagine the US's version of the Red Arrows going over the stadium. Where was this one, Matt Burns? Any ideas?
This one, if I'm just trying to remember it off the top of my head. It California, was Florida.
Oh, right. This
Orlando, Florida. It was the Florida Citrus Bowl.
the citrus palm. And now I've got the dulcet tones of the main man. Not Joey Legend, John Legend. Right. So, interesting match this one then, Matt Baines. Interesting show, rather. I haven't watched this since the first time it was on. So all that time ago, in 2009, I watched this, and I have not watched any of it since.
Not 2009.
Oh, 2008. I apologize.
It was March 30th. March 30th, 2008.
Wow. And I haven't watched this since, so we'll see what's coming. Have you got anything to eat while we watch this tonight, Matt Baines?
Wow, I've actually got some fruit with me, some strawberries.
Nice, very nice. I've got sweet chili chicken tortilla wrap from our friends at Morrison's. Other supermarkets are available.
That's a win. But I've also got some certain biscuits, you know, the old legendary Moo Cow biscuits.
Other biscuits are available.
Yeah.
I've just realised this is full of carrot, which is my worst nightmare. Why would you put carrot in with sweet chili chicken?
Well, the tagline for this WrestleMania is the biggest WrestleMania under the sun.
Not the biggest stadium they've had WrestleMania in, but still a massive place.
Oh, still massive, yeah. Would you like me to give you the attendance, or do you want WrestleMania to tell it you?
No, by all means, give us the attendance.
It was 74,635.
I can't believe there's carrots in this. It's ruined it for me.
Ooh. So basically, you know, your food's done a heel turn on you.
It has. It's carrots like my kryptonite.
Ooh.
Woo! This was WrestleMania 24, right?
Yeah.
So Flair returned to the company sometime between WrestleMania 17 and 18.
Yeah.
At WrestleMania 18, he wrestled.
Was it 18? I'm just double checking it. Was it 18?
Undertaker at WrestleMania 18, was it?
Just checking it now for us.
Just thinking about who Flair wrestled at the WrestleManias leading up to this. So he did. Oh my God, there's so much carrot on that.
I think 18 was the Icon versus Icon, which ended up being.
Yeah, so who did Flair wrestle?
You're right, Taker.
Yeah, Taker at 18. At 19, I can't remember who he wrestled at 19. 20 was the 3-on-2 match with Evolution and Mick Foley.
Yeah.
So who did he wrestle at 19? Or did he just accompany Triple H?
Just accompany.
So then 20, he wrestled in that 3-on-2 match with The Rock and Sock Connection and Evolution.
Yeah, that was 20. 21 was the Hollywood.
Did he have that one? Was he in a Money in the Bank match at some point as well? I'm sure he was in a Money in the Bank match.
He was accompanying Triple H again against Batista at Hollywood.
22.
I'm just looking it up now quickly.
I think he was in a Money in the Bank match at some point.
I do remember him being in one. Oh. Yes, he was.
22.
22.
So 22 was the Money in the Bank. 23, I'm not sure. And then 24, obviously the career-threatening, he said life-threatening match. That was his actual Ric Flair's last match. But the career-threatening match was 24, so.
Right.
We're all here to see this, Matt Burns.
He actually did a dark match at 23.
All right, okay.
It was him and Carlito versus Gregory Helms and Jolivo.
Oh, okay.
In a lumberjack match.
More importantly, though, it's now time for the wrestling god. It's JBL, baby. I love the JBL character so much.
It's so fun.
I hated him at the time, you know.
Oh yeah,
but on like going back now and thinking about it, I absolutely love him. Yeah. So good because he got it right. He really is a good heel. He doesn't want to be a cool heel. He wants to be a heel.
Yeah, I think you just hit it right. Just
oh my god, I forgot about this. So here we go. We've got Hornswoggle as Vince McMahon's son.
That was such a bad angle.
Awful. I forgot all about it. I'm getting the video package now of JBL beating the crap out of Hornswoggle. All the way slam into the cage. There's just no need for it.
Not needed. Listen. You know, JBL might be upset, but listen, are you that upset of Hornswoggle? Like, you know, was he jealous of Hornswoggle because he wanted to be in Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs?
Wow. Topical as well, that Matt Burns.
Of course. No, but the weird thing about it is he actually was in the defense of dwarf actors. Hornswoggle was. He actually spoke out about it. He's very, very vocal. He was absolutely against the whole CGI.
Hornswoggle's not his son.
Ooh.
Smile, Bradshaw, smile. And here comes Finlay. And he loves to fight.
He's actually somebody I miss on TV.
Really?
Yeah. He wasn't terrible. Do you know what I mean? He could wrestle really well. But he got taken off because of a certain individual said, "He looks too old, get him off the TV."
Right, as Finlay's making his way to the ring, for those that are listening along and not watching along and can't see the big clock, we're heading up to the 10-minute mark now, so you can sync your clocks. We're at 9 minutes 57, 58, 59, 10 minutes, ding, ding, ding. So make sure you're watching along with us as Finlay tries to roll in the ring and gets cut off by Bradshaw. A couple of big kicks.
Oof.
No disqualifications or countouts in a Belfast brawl.
Ooh.
I mean, I'm not sure there's ever been a Belfast brawl before or since. Certainly not in Orlando. Oh, Bradshaw takes a big shot. into the steel steps.
I'm just trying to look into the Belfast Brawl.
What the history of? I don't think you'll
Yeah.
find much. I don't think you'll find much, mate.
Basically, a Belfast Brawl match was just a standard hardcore match.
Yeah, basically. I'll tell you what is an interesting question, Matt Burns, and I'll put it out to you and to anyone in the chat. Do we think this? Oh dear, big shot with the trash can. Do we think this was the right choice to open the show? So there's a lot of story in this, and obviously it's a hardcore match, Belfast Brawl, something to pop the crowd potentially. But is Finlay and JBL the best idea or the best opener they've got based on the card that we've talked through? Finlay takes another big shot with that trash can lid.
I'm just trying to think. Are we including the dark match or no?
What was the dark match?
The dark match was a 24-man battle royale to determine the number one contendership for the ECW Championship.
Oh, right. Okay. I imagine that was on some sort of pre-show or...
It was sort of on like... it was a pre-show broadcast.
Yeah.
Technically. So that ended up being like aired for free.
Yeah.
Which,
probably
in
on YouTube.
In case you want to know who won, Kane.
Of
course.
So Kane versus Chavo. Maybe we should have had that as the opener.
Not sure.
We've got a Money in the Bank ladder match coming up. We've got Batista and Umaga. We've got two huge world title matches. We've got the triple threat, which was John Cena, Randy Orton, Triple H. We've also got Edge and The Undertaker. We've got Floyd Mayweather in the Big Show. Shawn Michaels, Ric Flair. I would have probably opened with either this or the Money in the Bank ladder match, personally. I know they've opened with ladder matches in other years. Oh, that was really good.
Yeah.
Put the tin on his head and then punch through it. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Almost a hammer slammer.
See what you did there.
Thanks.
The weird thing about it is with this is Finlay loves the fight as the
I love the fight.
Yeah. But the good thing about him is, right, I mean, this is what I found annoying is the fact that he got taken off because he supposedly looks old. He can still fight. He can still put a hit on somebody.
Yeah, but I mean, WWE's always been, the next youth movement, and it's always been about, even going back to the new generation, it was all about getting younger stars in and over. We did the same thing in Ruthless Aggression. We did the same thing in the PG era. Every time there's a new era, we want a new young crop of stars to come through.
The look there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's with the shillelagh, which I'm not sure is a real thing. I've got a friend who's Irish. And he's never heard of a shillelagh. I mean, these days, if they did a Belfast Brawl, it'd be sponsored by Guinness, wouldn't it? They wouldn't miss a chance to advertise. They would not miss a chance to advertise.
Advertised by Guinness and Lucky Charms.
Yeah, they'd have it plastered all over the mat. I'm not mad about that, though. The advertisements and stuff. It doesn't hurt me.
It's business.
Absolutely. Vimto Energy 0 tonight, Matt Burns.
Monster.
White Monster. Other energy drinks are available for these late night watch-alongs. Ooh, the Burning Truth late night watch-alongs featuring Matt Burns and Scott Barrett. It was a little bit sexy, wasn't it, though?
No, where the talks get real.
I've got another wrap, but I'm not eating it because it's got carrot in it. I'm really annoyed about that. Sweet chili chicken, and it's got carrot in. Dirty bastards.
One person I will say was I absolutely miss seeing wrestlers is JBL.
I just miss his character work.
Oh, so good.
He knew when to get over and when to be beaten.
I loved the transition he did.
Oh yeah.
The fact is, if I look back, I remember at the time I absolutely hated it. It's like it doesn't make sense and everything. But now looking back, I look back at it, it's like that is one of the greatest transitions anyone's ever done.
It was another way to get $1 Million Man style character onto TV. I think the JBL character is one of the closest characters we get to Vince McMahon's actual personality in wrestling. We obviously got the $1 Million Man gimmick, which he based on himself, and then this JBL was the second tread of it. But if you think about the characters that JBL portrayed over the years, that's fair, fair shot. As Finlay dives through the second and top rope for a tope suicida and got absolutely taken out by JBL and a bin lid. Oof. Think about the characters JBL had. He came out as Justin Hawk Bradshaw.
Yep.
And he was just going to be Justin Bradshaw. He added the Hawk because he thought he was going to end up working in Japan afterwards. And he wanted a short, cool name that he could get over in Japan. So that's why he chose Hawk. And I know LOD, Road Warriors, already had Hawk and Animal. But just took Hornswoggle out with that pen. So he decided on Hawk, and he managed to get that in, Justin Hawk Bradshaw. Then transitioned to Bradshaw because, Vince McMahon loves shortening names.
Yep. He does.
And was that Justin Hawk Bradshaw? Was that when they were tagging him up with Stan Hansen?
Might have been.
And they were the new Blackjacks, or was it? Wasn't? No, might not have been. That might have been Wyndham. Was it with Wyndham and they were the new Blackjacks?
No. I think I'm actually wondering that now.
Might have been Wyndham.
He was. I find even weirder that he even used the name Johnny Hawk.
Yeah.
He's also been Death Mask as well.
Really? Interesting.
But his name, John Hawk, was his first wrestling gimmick. That was his first wrestling gimmick. As he was the storyline cousin of the Wyndham brothers.
Yeah, so Barry Wyndham.
As the
and that's how they got the new Blackjacks.
He formed a tag team with Bobby Duncombe Jr. as the Texas Mustangs. And that was under Global Wrestling
big clothesline from hell. Yeah, he didn't just do that, though, did he? So he moved on to being Bradshaw. We got the tag team with Ron Simmons, the Farouk as the Acolytes, and then the Ministry of Darkness, and then onto the APA. And then into this sort of JBL role, which suited him by far better than anything else they'd done.
It wasn't just that. It sort of the transition was like he turned himself into like a J.R. Ewing, character,
which is I think how Vince McMahon sees himself.
Which I thought brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And I think what was really, really smart is they did it right about the time when JBL was doing work in the stock market.
Yeah, or we're at least starting to hear about it.
Yeah. And the thing is with him,
boom, massive.
The interesting thing about it is he didn't just elevate himself; he elevated others. But did you know what the alternative name was for a short time was of the
What?
clothesline from Al? He actually renamed it because when he became JBL, he decided, he changed it to the clothesline from Wall Street.
Bit close to Michael Wall Street, that one.
No, but then he changed it back because he just goes, it doesn't have that razzmatazz.
That's fair. Got the blimp in the sky, Matt Burns.
Hey.
Kim Kardashian. Drop a bit of Kardashian knowledge on you there, Matt Burns. I know who it is.
I know who it was straight away.
They're not the only lips I've seen. Yeah. Oh no. Wait, it's Ken Kennedy. It's very LA night though, isn't it?
The Luke.
The whole thing.
Yeah.
Everybody say. Even the catchphrase about his name. It's you say we retread things, mate. It's identical. Even down to the catchphrase about his name. And here comes the Money in the Bank briefcase. Now listen. Second match of the night now. Here we come. It's the Money in the Bank ladder match. Featuring Matt Burns. You ready for a breakdown of who's in it?
Oh, I know who's in it.
Yeah, so we've already seen Mr. Kennedy backstage. We've got John Morrison, we've got MVP, Carlito, Chris Jericho, Shelton Benjamin, and one voice of the voiceless. Before he was famous, CM Punk. So this is pre Straight Edge Society CM Punk, pre Nexus, pre WWE champion, all those things. This is a very green CM Punk.
This was him not long coming from, or is he still ECW?
Yeah, ish, I think. We're in the transition now. This is the time, I think, where ECW and SmackDown are sort of sharing stars. Hence Kane and Chavo Guerrero. I spit in the face of people who don't want to be jacked. So now on reflection, we just watched this JBL versus Finlay Belfast brawl, Matt Baines. Was that the right choice to open the show?
It's tough because they usually say you're meant to be like up, down in some cases. I'm in between with it now because I am actually wondering if this should have opened.
Money in the Bank matches have opened a lot of WrestleManias, right? Or a few at least, anyway.
Yeah.
It's funny hearing this music now, isn't it? Because he's become so synonymous with the cult of personality again. His old indie theme.
Oh, yeah. I am just checking on a fact right now.
What?
An individual in this match,
yeah,
has still got an unbeaten record.
Unless you tell me what the record is, mate, I can't tell you if I know.
I can't say it because we don't do spoilers.
Well, I mean, okay, this was 21 years ago. You know that, right?
I know. Do you want me to say it?
No, it's fine. Let's. You can tell us after the bell.
I'll tell you after bell, but it's definitely an interesting one.
Yeah, I think so too.
If you remember it,
I've got it, mate. I know exactly where you're going. Great minds and all that.
oh yeah.
Money in the Bank briefcase before they gimmicked the hell out of it with the spray paint or whatever. Kennedy. JR commentary at WrestleMania as well. At WWE, it just feels right, doesn't it? If you are watching along on YouTube, we're going to take a break from about 9:50 p.m. UK time until 10 o'clock. We're going to kick back in at 10 p.m. on a separate stream. So make sure, if you're not already, you're subscribed to the channel below, so you get the link to the second part of this. We're going to do part 2 tonight as well. Here comes the United States champion. Very young MVP.
Yeah.
MVP. I don't get it. I never did, you know.
For a minute then, I think someone there miscued his fireworks then.
No, I never got it though, MVP. I never got the whole. I don't know.
In all fairness,
how do you rate him?
Me?
Yeah.
I actually think he's very interesting. I feel as though he's done more efforts elsewhere.
I feel like he's a better manager than a wrestler.
It's a weird one because with me, MVP did. I feel as though he did the whole gimmick that he did was originally debuted in Deep South Wrestling.
Right.
That he had. But I thought he did some great work when he went to New Japan. He did some work for Major League Wrestling, Ring of Honor. I just felt as though he was more noticeable on the indie scene, on the non-WWE scene.
So we've had the United States champion, and now we've got the Intercontinental champion making his way down to the ring. And who else could it be if he was the Intercontinental champion than Chris Jericho with a record amount of reigns? Is he an 8-time, 7-time Intercontinental champion, Jericho? And you can just see the stadium completely filled with fog there from some of these daft fireworks and entrances that they've done. I feel really sorry for the guys in the cheap seats because they can't see a bloody thing probably now.
I'm just trying to think if it's how many it is.
What, Jericho's Intercontinental title reigns?
9.
Yeah. That doesn't surprise me. What did I say, 7 or 8?
Yeah, his record was 9.
I mean, I was in and out of watching at this point, if I'm honest, in my fandom. So I'm not surprised that I missed this reign. I wasn't really watching WWE regularly during this time, which is why probably I've only watched it once and then never had a repeat watch of this WrestleMania 24.
You can't complain though. You can't complain that just get being off by 1.
Yeah,
some slack.
Did pretty well there. If you're listening along, we're currently at 30 minutes and 6, 7, 8 seconds on this watch along of WrestleMania 24 2008. If you're using us as a alternate commentary for the match, although Jim Ross is commentating this with Jerry the King Lawler, and it doesn't get any better than that. So
I am just going to say this to you right now. I'm getting a bit of flashbacks from last night.
Did you get a ladder last night, Matt Baines?
Oh, no. I was in a Rumble match last night. Somebody got that absolutely confused. I thought he was R-Truth.
Oh, went for the
He came
ladder.
in with the ladder, started twirling it around, hitting everybody. I'm like,
Oh, John
what
Morrison, what are you doing here? John Morrison up to the top
Oh, I
rope,
remember
going to do a moonsault to the outside with the ladder. And that's that ladder that wouldn't close either. That was really dangerous, you know.
I could have gone so wrong.
If he'd hit me with that, he'd have bloody known about it, let me tell you.
A few receipts.
Just one big one.
And maybe some change.
Okay, so question for this one. I'm going to post it in the chat as well in case anybody fancies answering it. But the question I've got is, which superstar from this match should have had a bigger push? And there's only one right answer.
Who should have had a push?
Yeah, who should have had a better push?
Jericho didn't need a bigger push because he's Jericho. MVP in WWE, I never saw him as a main eventer. Mr. Kennedy, yes, he's brash and everything, but for me personally, I feel as though when it came to that original idea that he was going to do for his gimmick, it sort of fell through. So that was
I'll give you a hint, Matt Burns. He's just climbed that second ladder. And there ain't no stopping him. No. You know, I think he's a big missed opportunity in this era, Shawn Benjamin.
You know what? You spoiled me actual answer.
Have I, mate? I'm sorry.
Yeah, because what I was going to do is let's just go. John Morrison is, I wouldn't say he was main event material, but he was always a good hand.
Oh, lovely that Shawn Benjamin with a Tower of Doom up and over for the sunset flip onto Mr. Kennedy, who then suplexed John Morrison out of the ring pretty much.
The thing is, Shelton Benjamin was always great hand, phenomenal, but he added I feel as though he should have been given more than what he had.
Yeah.
Because the matches he had against Shawn.
And do you know what? Every time they had one of these matches, you came out of it going, bloody hell, Shelton Benjamin's good, isn't he?
Yeah. The fact that he managed to balance himself on the middle rope with no hands.
Here goes Punk. The Second City Saint. Kennedy. It is interesting, though, the parallels. I know I said it in jest earlier on, but if you think about, Kennedy versus LA Knight and the similarities between the two characters.
I think the difference is how they carry themselves after. How they carry themselves outside or on shows.
GTS Benjamin.
I feel as though LA Knight was more liked in the locker room than Kennedy.
Realize we've got Joey Styles. Yeah, realize we've got Joey Styles on commentary as well, right?
Oh my God! We do.
Oh. Carlito, before he was jacked, climbing the ladder. Up goes MVP. It's interesting, isn't it? So MVP and Carlito both took a huge hiatus from WWE and are now both on, regularly on the two, arguably the two biggest wrestling programs in America every week. MVP's on Dynamite every week, or most weeks. Carlito's on Raw most weeks.
MVP seems to be in his natural role.
As a manager.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I don't pretend to watch AEW every week. I only generally now follow Tony Storm's stuff. But I'm aware he's over there. And Shelton and
Bobby
Lashley, they're the tag champs now, are they, over there?
Yep.
That feels like a bit of a waste of Bobby Lashley. I'm not going to lie.
It is a little bit, but it's actually done AEW a big favor.
Really?
Yeah, it actually freshened up the tag division.
Okay. And I heard FTR made waves this week, right?
Oh, just a little bit. Just
Talk
a
us
little
through
bit.
it then.
They actually turned on the most recent pay-per-view on long-time best buddy of FTR, Cope, a.k.a. Edge.
Edge is not good at picking friends.
Oh, no. How this happened. Ooh. All I'll say to you is they actually did an angle correct.
Did they?
An injury angle correct.
What do you mean, an injury angle?
Spike pile driver.
Oh, they're taking him out, have they?
Oh, viciously.
Oh, so he's got a few months off to film something now, has he? Or
I think no. I think they've done this just to set FTR on a massive heel.
Oh, and right, to be the number one heel tag, like.
Yeah, and believe me, it really, really has. Because with it, when they did it, hang on.
Jericho putting that Walls of Jericho on at the top of the ladder.
I know that he was hesitant in doing this.
He'd done it before, hadn't he?
No, he is, but he says he's always hesitant doing it because the risk of if that other person does not hold on, he's going off.
Goes down head first, doesn't he?
Pretty much. And I find it interesting with Jericho. He was actually the one who supposedly to the crowd is the one who sort of invented it.
Oh, CM Punk, brilliant. Colito, the same.
Yeah.
Love those moments. Springboard onto the ladder.
Ooh.
Kennedy. It's CM Punk. I don't know what he called it, but it's basically
Mic
the down spiral, right?
They call it the mic drop.
Jericho. I spit in the face of people who don't want to be cool.
Ooh.
Backstabber. And everyone's down. Here comes MVP. Save us, Y2J.
I'm just trying to remember. What was the other name for the backstabber?
I don't know. What was it?
I'm just trying. What?
Money in the Bank statement.
No, it was something like it was a backcracker.
I was thinking Sasha Banks used to call it the backstabber. Not the backstabber. She used to call it the bank statement.
No, bank statement was the submission.
Yeah, but she used to do it as like a combo, didn't she?
Yeah.
Oh, twist of fate. Get the contract, Matt.
Do a Brock Lesnar.
Yeah. Matt Hardy will not die. I mean, if he's not in the ring, why is he wearing the elbow pads and wrist tape and all the rest of it?
Probably because he doesn't want to sort of injure himself on the landing.
No, because he wants everybody to know that he's a wrestler.
True. He wants to look the part.
Yeah, so when people replay his WrestleMania moments, he looks like himself.
Instead of a fan.
Yeah. Where are we going here? This is some Shelton Benjamin crap right here.
Now this is Morrison stuff.
This is some John Morrison shit right here.
Oh. Oh.
Not
Count
a
'em
good
if you
day
got
to
'em.
spend a Sunday night in Florida. I keep hearing Joey Styles on commentary and forgetting to mention him. Obviously, 3 announced teams on the docket right now. We've got
Taz.
Raw, SmackDown, and ECW. Has Taz moved to ECW with Joey Styles at this point?
I think so.
So who is commentating? So hold on. So who's commentating with Michael Cole on SmackDown? Apple.
You got me wondering now. You got me really wondering. Raw was Jim Ross and Jerry Lawler.
Yeah.
SmackDown was Michael Cole and Jonathan Coachman.
Oh, the coach.
Ooh.
Code breaker.
On the right ladders, though, as well. Although I do find it weird to hear Taz commentary without, but I digress.
Yeah. Nice. And if you are interested in more hot takes like that, make sure you watch our reactions to Botchamania episodes on the channel. Just subscribe to The Burning Truth and help us get to that 1,000 subscribers number that we're so desperate to get to. Please, please, please help us. It's free, guys. Just like and subscribe.
Yeah.
As Chris Jericho hammers away at CM Punk, as Punk tries to climb that ladder, Jericho on top just needs to reach up for the briefcase. Intercontinental champion already, but wants to be Mr. Money in the Bank as well. WrestleMania 24. Go on, baby. I've lost the briefcase now.
Oh.
Precarious position. Precarious position.
Oh.
Very clever, Punk. And we have a Mr. Money in the Bank.
And the irony of it is, do you remember earlier when I said there's a record breaker?
Yeah.
It is none other than CM Punk.
And he's the only 2-time Money in the Bank winner. Is that right?
Not actually, technically, it's not just one record, it's 2.
Go on.
He is the only 2-time Money in the Bank winner, but he's also the one who did it back to back.
Ah, yeah, okay.
He was the only one who...
Not the only person to have cashed in twice and won, though.
No.
Because Edge also did that.
Yes, because the weird thing about it is, the person who's cashed it in twice, even though he wasn't in, he got taken out of the match, but he managed to win it off Kennedy.
That's right. Yeah.
Would be Edge.
Yeah. Yeah, and that was back to back too, but he didn't win 2 Money in the Bank ladder matches for it. So,
no.
As we are heading up to 45 minutes, currently at 44 minutes and 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 45 minutes dead. So, if you're watching along, listening along with us, that Matt Hardy running, I didn't expect that. I'd forgotten all about that.
Do you know what I've just remembered?
What?
Do you know who is the master of ceremonies of this event is? Not the ring announcer. The Master of Ceremony.
No, I don't think I do.
Related to certain Sasha Banks.
Oh, is it Snoop Doggy Dogg?
Snoop Doggy Dogg.
Punk. Money in the Bank. I'm pretty sure this wasn't the original plan either.
No.
Is this the WrestleMania following the Rumble where he returns as number 30 and he should have been injured for loads longer?
Yep.
Yeah.
And it is actually, I'm just trying to think, is this what? This is one of the rare events where Cena isn't WWE champion in WrestleMania.
Well, no, he's normally the challenger, isn't he? So when he faced The Miz, he was the challenger. When he faced The Rock, he was the challenger. When he faced JBL, he was the challenger. He's the challenger in this one. I think he's normally the challenger, actually.
You know what? Yeah.
Here come the it's the Briscoes. All of Fame.
Oh, no. I tried. I think I just might have remembered why. It's a weird one.
Go on.
Oh, no spoilers.
Mae Young
has come back. This could technically be the start of the shade of The Rock and Cena.
Is this where The Rock inducted his dad?
Yes.
Soul Man Rocky Johnson. Hi, Chief. Oh. You ever watched Young Rock?
Yeah. Good watch.
Woo! What'd you say? Sorry, mate.
It's a good watch.
Yeah.
So I just had to pause for a minute myself then because I'm just now thinking I'm getting like rid of the feels from when I was watching it that time when I was watching it live. Oh. Wonderful career.
I wish he'd stopped.
Yeah.
And I know we got a half decent TNA run and we got Ric Flair's last match. But
the pink.
Oh. Here come the Hall of Famers, the Briscoes.
Yeah.
Oh. Jack and Jerry. Yes, Mr. McMahon.
Hey, and he left the dress at home.
Hey, if he wanted to hook you, you'd be hooked.
Oh, definitely.
Just biding me time here because when we get to the big matches, I'm standing up and start the cage music. Dum, 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 dum. One of the better classes of the Hall of
Yeah.
Fame. Gordon Soley. Soul Man, Rocky Johnson.
Are you behind?
Only slightly.
I think I've just got you back up to date. I've just got myself the same as you.
Well, just match what's on the screen.
Yeah, I already did.
Just make sure I'm where I am as well.
Oh,
There we go. Mae Young. Go on, May. Put your clothes back on.
so
Oh, she was so up for a laugh, wasn't she?
she was always such a good joker. And,
There she is.
Oh,
Is she there? On the left. Woo! Yep. One very famous Ashley Flair now named Charlotte.
No.
Whether they're wooing or booing.
If I'm not mistaken, one of them not many wrestlers liked, and the other one is unfortunate. I think is one of them. Is he not around anymore?
Yeah, passed away, didn't he?
Yeah, which is such a shame.
Yeah, huge.
But,
sad, very sad.
Yeah, but seeing Charlotte there, it's just
Matt Burns, it's Todd Grisham. Remember Todd Grisham? Snoop Doggy Dogg, Double Dizzle. I'm so white. I'm having the time of my life, homie.
The bunnies.
Oh, here's Festus. Mr. Todd Grisham.
Snoopy, the dog.
Don't try the funny business. Oh, I forgot about that. Oh, man. I'm so glad he reinvented himself as Big Doc Gallows and then Luke Gallows. McFizzle.
Oh, love it.
Who will win the triple threat match for the WWE Championship? It's a good question. Right, next question, Matt Burns. Although there's a question on the screen, I'm going to ask one to you and to our listeners and viewers. Please post in the comments below. What is your favorite WrestleMania venue? And while you're thinking about it, I'm just going to let everybody know that if you are watching along, we're currently at 55 minutes and 9, 10, 11 seconds, so you can sync up with us. It's now time for SmackDown versus Raw.
You got me thinking now.
Let me holler at your player. Holla, holla, holla. One
For
of
me,
one of the most underrated entrances in wrestling here, Matt Burns.
oh no. Batista still loves the song. He says he still loves it. He says when he's going for action scenes for his movies, he sticks this on right before he can get himself pumped up.
It's epic. And the pyro, the whole thing.
And it's saliva as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Danger. And just let me say this, not generic rock music.
Right, it's generic metal that I really dislike.
Oh, doesn't matter. It's not generic metal music.
It suited him, suited the character.
Exactly.
I walk alone. I get it. And it's got a bit of a better riff than most generic metal songs.
Right, I'm going to answer.
You know, I don't want to start any hate, but it's not trivium, at least, is it? Do you know what I mean? Right, go on. Let's have your answer.
I'm going to answer 2 questions.
Ooh, go on.
Because the middle one, the second question I answered, which was the which superstar in the Money in the Bank.
Oh yeah.
I need to answer the where do I rank JBL?
Oh yeah.
Of the trash talkers.
And where do you rank him?
And in the venue. I would say he is a really good high ranking, JBL is, because he had a way to insult you in such viciousness. And for somebody who went from a cowboy beer drinking and everything, he increases vocabulary to such elevated levels and was such a great trash talker. He knows how to belittle you. He knows how to rip you up and leave you to dust. So I'd say very, very high. I'd say close to my top 10. My top 10. But for my favorite WrestleMania venue, I've got to go for the all-time number 1 venue. It's got to be the classic MSG, Madison Square Garden, because for me that's always been an absolutely phenomenal venue.
Why is it so good for WrestleMania though?
I forgot about that.
What?
I forgot about that.
What?
William Regal just announced Umaga.
Yeah.
And Regal just announced him as Umaga. Wow.
New one here, Matt Burns, for me to try tonight.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. Right. Umaga versus Batista.
Your favorite WrestleMania venue, MSG.
Why though? Why is it the best WrestleMania venue?
It's always had the history.
Is it the history that does it? Because it's not the biggest venue. It's not necessarily the loudest. It's the Garden.
It's the Garden. It's the history. It's still a spectacle, regardless of if it's a WrestleMania or if it's a Monday Night Raw, if it was a SmackDown. The MSG has always been a spectacle of itself.
I feel a bit sorry for these two in this match, actually, because it's almost like, well, we've got nothing for Batista on SmackDown. We've got nothing for Umaga on Raw. Let's chuck them together. Now,
my question for you is, what's your favorite WrestleMania venue?
What is my favorite WrestleMania venue? I'll tell you what, I'll tell you at the start at the end of this match.
Okay.
Let me have some time to think about it. Umaga. I think it's a travesty that he was never champ, as Batista takes a horrible bump off the apron.
Yeah.
Travesty that Umaga was never the WWE or World Heavyweight Champion. Umaga, yeah.
Umaga.
Umaga.
Rough bump.
The WrestleMania question is really interesting, because it would be really easy to just say, my favorite WrestleMania was in Philly. We watched it a couple of weeks ago on the podcast, if you remember.
Yeah.
And it was an arena, not a stadium. But it would be really easy for me to say that, but I don't think it is my favorite. And I think my favorite is actually going to catch you off guard. I tell you where was another good one. SoFi Stadium that they had WrestleMania a couple of years ago when Roman beat Cody in the main. Was it LA, SoFi Stadium? I really enjoyed that actually. But
SoFi?
Yeah, is it SoFi Stadium?
I mean Sun Life.
No, SoFi. Well, I don't know if it's Sun Life now. It was SoFi. Where they had WrestleMania 39. Cody versus Roman 1.
Give me a minute. Yep, you were right. SoFi Stadium.
Yeah, I thought so. But yeah, it would be really easy for me though just to say, oh, WrestleMania 15 because it was at the First Union Center in Philly and it was, my favorite one. But it wasn't probably the best, although it did have the best Rock Austin match. So forget 17, forget 19. 15 is the one. Make sure you go back and watch it. Our watch along sort of proves it, really, doesn't it, Matt Burns? Give it 5 out of 5 sausages because the finish is perfect. That's what makes it. The finish is perfect.
Angers, not sausages.
Oh, sorry. Just thinking of other good shouts. WrestleMania 17's got a really good stadium, hasn't it? Well, arena. It was the
17. That was the
Astrodome, wasn't it?
Reliant Astrodome.
Yeah, the Houston Astrodome they called it at the time, didn't they?
Yeah.
That was really good. The crowd was hot all night. Good arena that was. But was it the best WrestleMania?
Well,
probably.
The weird thing about it was,
probably not.
You mentioned the Reliant Astrodome. The Reliant Astrodome also did WrestleMania 25.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Oh, they went back to it for 25. Well, we might watch that at some point, but tonight we're solely focused on WrestleMania 24. And right now, Umaga's got Batista in a nerve hold, which must hurt because I hear that Batista's nerves are as big as his long. Oh, Vicky Guerrero. Yeah, so just heard Michael Cole talking about Vicky Guerrero as the general manager. We just had Teddy Long in the ring. So this must be where Teddy Long is sort of the assistant to Vicky Guerrero as the general manager. And through that, that's probably how Edge has got the title match against The Undertaker later in the night. Or was Edge the champion? Either way, Edge is the main eventer on SmackDown because of his relationship with Vicky Guerrero, right? And I say all that to ask you the question, how big's Batista's dick?
Average.
Big headbutt by Umaga.
And
Samoa
Edge went into this one as the champion.
That's right, yeah.
because there was a big reveal that Edge had been cheating on Vicky Guerrero, and this was the payback.
Wow.
But if I'm not mistaken, this was almost a monumental WrestleMania.
Mm. Oh, yeah, because this was the one that they nearly did it.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask another big question for the chat and for the comments below. I'm going to type it in here.
Ooh.
I want you to answer it too here, Matt Burns.
The
question is, Jacob Fatu or Umaga?
That's tough.
Ooh,
That's
hits
tough,
the
that
post.
is.
Spybuster.
It's
Thumbs.
tough because
Thumbs.
what's interesting is
oh my God, that nearly went so wrong.
Umaga was phenomenal, right? And he was for a big man.
Yeah.
But I don't know why Umaga was light on his feet, but
Yeah.
Jacob Fatu is on another level for high flying. And he is. Especially with the mighty moonsault. The mighty, yeah.
So...
I am going to have to go. I love Jacob Fatu.
I love you, Solo. That's so close to going wrong, that powerbomb.
Oh, it was. But the difference is, I am not taking anything away from, Umaga, because in his own right, he was such a good worker, such a good.
Oh, yeah. Brilliant.
And it's such a shame he never won the WWE Championship. Should have.
Definitely should have. Jim Ross and Jerry Lawler here talking about an announcement. Oh, it's anything goes. Mayweather versus Big Show.
I think that was a really smart idea, though. Making it a no rules match. I do.
Yeah, agreed. $39 wins, no draws, no knockouts, with 25 knockouts. Sorry, 39 wins, 0 draws, 0 losses, with 25 knockouts. Ooh. Joey Styles, man. Here we go. Here's your battle royal, Matt Burns. There's Cody in the ring. Yellow boots, black trunks.
Oof.
Whoa. Is that the Pope?
Yep.
Just seen Trevor Murdoch in the background as well. Wow.
Mark Henry.
Carly. Did you see the video went viral this week?
What?
Mark Henry was DJing, and Joe Hendry appeared and started singing, "I believe in Mark Henry."
No, have you not heard the other one?
I've seen the Hulk Hogan one. I wasn't going to mention it, but
yeah. However,
Tony Chimmel. It's Tony Chimmel.
Oh.
Armando Alejandro Estrada.
What's he doing now?
Estrada? No idea. Oh, Chavo. El Paso, Texas. When did they swap to the ugly belt?
Interesting.
When did they swap from the nice belt to the ugly belt? ECW.
You got me wondering now.
Was it when Kane was champion that they swapped it?
No. No. You got me now wondering when it was.
Do you know what we should watch along at some point, Matt Burns? Now, I'm unsure how you feel about it, but I think it might be a good idea. Maybe towards the end of this year, we should definitely watch along ECW December to Dismember. Talked about as the worst WWE pay-per-view of all time.
It is, but it's still... Oof.
Thanks if you're watching along live with us. Currently watching WrestleMania 24 from 2008. The clock on the screen is where we are roughly in our stream, so you can watch along, use us as a second stream, or use us as alternate commentary as Kane makes his way to the ring. Music just hit. We're currently at the 1 hour mark, 13 minutes and 8, 9, 10 seconds. And we've got the ECW Championship being defended. Chavo Guerrero versus Kane, who's just come from behind Chavo. And I'm not sure this is going to last too long, Matt Burns.
It doesn't. It was 2008.
Big choke slam.
There you go.
New ECW champion.
I don't think it was Kane who changed it. I'm actually wondering if it was either Mark Henry.
Was Mark Henry ECW champion?
Yes.
Madness.
Yes, because Mark Henry was the one who took it off Kane.
Wow. Well, somebody had to, I suppose. Right, so I didn't tell you, so I'll tell you now, Matt Burns. My favourite WrestleMania venue. Still interested?
Go on.
Okay, the reason for this is I think genuinely when this happened, WrestleMania had the best crowd the year it happened. It's also really iconic for a couple of big things that happened in the night. Most notably, though, the heist of the century. So for me, it's Levi Stadium, WrestleMania 31.
Oh.
I think it was a really interesting show in that it started light, and I think pretty much the first 3/4 of the night are in the light, and it isn't until that last couple of matches that the darkness starts setting in.
Yeah.
But I just remember the crowd reaction to the Randy Orton Seth Rollins RKO off the stomp. Obviously, Seth joining the main event and pulling off the heist of the century. Also, what we were talking about last week on the podcast, the potential Liv Morgan WrestleMania moment as part of Triple H's Terminator entrance. as he wrestled Sting that year, didn't he? So Sting's only WrestleMania match that night as well. So, yeah. Oh, Carlito's wrestling a pigeon and losing.
Yeah.
Which is pretty much how his career is going currently in the Judgment Day.
But he's got more abs now.
Yeah, he's just got he's got a little bit more hair and so much more muscles.
Much more muscles, although his muscles got broken in half recently.
Mm.
I wonder if Carlito got done by animal cruelty there.
No, mate. I think the plastic pigeon was okay.
Although he's just given him a receipt.
A poopy receipt. That's so Raven.
What it is.
That's how I would act.
Could you blame me?
While Raven's talking, just have a quick swig of my drink.
Hey there. Yeah.
They can't stand up, Raven. Most of them are in wheelchairs. Just no need for that, is there?
I thought you could see into the future.
That's lovely that they did this. They're really nice moments. While we're
Yeah.
talking about it, though, Matt Burns, I've got other questions. Who is the best WWE ECW champion in your opinion?
Oh, WWE ECW champion.
Yeah.
You've got me wondering now.
Let us know in the comments below or in the live chat if you're watching along with us.
I know one individual is definitely not. It'll never be Ezekiel Jackson. And you know why?
Why?
As soon as he got it, it got deactivated. He didn't even have it for a day. You literally got it and bye-bye, ECW.
God.
For me, I'm stuck between a few individuals. Punk was a good one.
Okay.
Big Show was interesting because that was a record-breaking one. First one to have WWE, WCW, and ECW.
Yep.
But for me, under the WWE banner, and it's such a shame his title run came to such a short end due to being arrested. Rob Van Dam.
Was Kurt Angle the ECW champion?
Nope.
He went over there, didn't he? But he never won the title.
Yeah, he never won it. Matt Hardy did it. He won it. Christian won it twice. Jack Swagger won it.
Jake Hager.
Yep. Tommy Dreamer.
Wait there. Say Jack Swagger again.
Jack Swagger.
We the people.
But I just couldn't fathom that, the whole swagger. Because It's an individual with a lisp. So they gave him a name that he can't even pronounce himself.
I liked this story. The next time you lose, your career's over. Added loads of jeopardy.
It did.
If I can't compete with the best, then I don't want to compete at all. Brilliant package, this.
Yeah.
Just a warning though, Matt Burns, we may have to break midway through this match.
No. Oh, no, it's close. It might be close.
Might be.
Oh, brutal.
Slapping the crap out of him.
Just
fantastic story.
Yeah.
You know, for me, one of the best told stories of certainly this era. I think the whole is Macadam Nay. Rickles McFlair. I mean, we didn't know at the end, did we? We didn't know at the time, but obviously CTE played a huge part in Mike Adamley.
Yep.
Be Ric Flair. Matt, is this the most emotional WrestleMania match of all time?
It's one of. It's definitely one of. It's got
What do you mean it's one of? What else? What else could possibly compare?
You got the whole Mysterio getting the big win.
Okay. Do you think that was as emotional as this was?
No. I'm just saying it's an emotional. I'm just saying it's in the top.
Okay.
No, if I look back at it, this has got to be the most easily.
The only thing that I put anywhere near this is Cody beating Roman last year.
That's a good one. Then you also got Daniel Bryan or Bryan Danielson.
Yeah.
Is another good one.
I can't say I was as emotional about that, but it was.
No. It was an epic moment.
Yeah.
But for pure emotion, I'm going to go with this one.
I would maybe, and topical as well, because it's going into the Hall of Fame this year, the first match to be going in the Hall of Fame. But the Bret Hart Stone Cold match from WrestleMania 13, equally emotional, the double turn. Maybe not as emotional as this or the Cody one. They would probably be my. I'm sure we call this something actually, don't we? They would maybe be my. They would be my top
100%.
three. They would be my
100%.
top three, absolutely. Yeah, so WrestleMania 13, Austin Rock as number 3, Cody winning against Roman number 2, and then this probably number 1 most emotional WrestleMania match. I don't think I've got another one that was like that big for me.
This is our main event.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
if you are listening or watching along with us, the clock currently says we're watching at 1 hour, 26 minutes and 4, 5, 6 seconds. So you can sync up with us using us as an alternate commentary or a second screen while you're watching WrestleMania 24, the best 24th WrestleMania ever.
Yeah. Of course. The only 24th, but never mind. Anyway, that aside,
yeah.
This just in.
Thank
you very much for the comment. Voltage Wrestling.
What's your favorite match in the last 10 years? Favorite match the last 10 years. I really enjoyed Cody Roman too.
Yeah.
Equally, if we're going in the last 10 years, I'm not sure whether this will be in the last 10 years.
This isn't. Nope, this isn't.
No, not this one. Hold on. Voltage Wrestling, you're making me Google something here now. I need to know when. When was this? What year?
Yeah.
Hold on. What year? Oh, it just makes it in. It just makes it in. Drew Punk, Hell in a Cell. Yeah, that's great. Really good one, Voltage Wrestling. So I'll put them on the screen, actually. What's your favorite WrestleMania match in the last 10 years? And then it was Drew Punk, Hell in a Cell. My two are Cody Roman from last year's WrestleMania and Sasha Banks versus Bayley at TakeOver Brooklyn NXT, the first one, which just gets in at 2015.
The Flowers.
Yeah, just gets in, that does. So yeah, that's my other favorite, I think, last 10 years.
You know
Equally, it's been amazing having CM Punk back in the WWE.
Yeah.
But
Drew and Punk was such a great one. And it really was.
Yeah, because every match there was good.
Now, the reason why I think that was amazing about it is they actually had an angle over a bracelet and made it matter.
Yeah.
So a great bit there. Definitely.
But here's Nate walking that aisle. Does it take away from this match, guys, right? Matt Burns and anyone watching, Voltage Wrestling, for example. It was a cool bracelet. Yes, it was Voltage Wrestling. Does it take away from this match and the emotion of Ric Flair, Shawn Michaels, the retirement match for Ric Flair? Does it take away from it the fact that he did the bits in TNA after, and then we had the last match with Jeff Jarrett, etc., with the Jim Crockett Promotions branding a few years later? Has it taken away from this match and the emotion of this on a rewatch?
For WWE, because this was technically his last match in WWE.
Yeah.
So there's still that factor. So part of it, I don't think it does take away from it.
Okay.
But it does take away a little bit because it's not his final match.
No, and that's it. So he had the run in TNA, and then, he obviously had Ric Flair's last match with Jeff Jarrett, etc. I think Conrad sorted that out, didn't he? But I just wonder if it takes away from this match and the legacy of this match. It's one of my favorite WrestleMania matches of all time, this.
Yeah. And it was a perfect send-off, exactly like what Voltage Wrestling just stated, because he just said, yeah, definitely, he might not have liked Flair, but the match was amazing and a perfect send-off, because it really was a perfect send-off.
Voltage, I feel like I am judging you here for never liking Ric Flair. each to their own and all that, but I would be really interested in your reasons why.
Maybe he's a fan of Bret Hart.
Oh, I hate Bret Hart. Big hip toss. Woo! What that aisle.
I think this would have been the perfect. If this was his last match, this would have been the perfect to end the career on. Understandable. Voltage Wrestling. He's more of a Rey Mysterio fan. So, you're off. But, like I said, just for send-offs, I feel as though this would have been, if this was Ric Flair's last match, this would have been perfect to end his career.
Let's see Rey Mysterio having 60-minute Broadways, though, do you? I get that we get luchadors, fast-paced matches, but Flair's bleeding. But equally, there's no way Rey Mysterio or any of the luchadors are going to wrestle a 60-minute Broadway. Be the touring NWA champion, pulling houses in, right across the country. Penta, oh man.
Penta's a good one. Ray Phoenix.
I mean, he's not in the same league as Ric Flair, though, guys.
No, I wasn't saying that. I'm saying you've got stamina, is what we're saying. Yeah. But like I said, it's Ric Flair. For me, Flair he's phenomenal for me. And I think what also was really special is the gear that Flair's currently wearing in this match.
Voltage Wrestling, I'll forgive you if you like the video below and subscribe to the channel. It's free to do so. We're on our way to 1,000 subscribers, and we're inclusive because we even let people subscribe who don't like Ric Flair and think somehow Penta's a better wrestler than him.
I don't think he's saying that. I think he's just saying he's a really he can do. I don't think he's saying he's better. No.
Thanks, Voltage.
We appreciate it. But the weird thing about it is, as I was saying,
I'm only jesting.
He knows. But what I find interesting is Ric Flair very rarely. Was this one of the rare outings of Flair being in his blue gear? And most matches when he wore his blue gear, he usually won.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was his favorite color.
Right.
Ooh,
big drop kick.
Here we go.
Oh, here we go.
Oh,
God's sakes.
You know that incident when Shawn looked off? You're like, I regret that.
Yeah, that's one of them, innit? It's a bit like, do you know what? That bump reminds me of the one from the casket match with the Undertaker that goes horribly wrong.
Yes. Ooh. Just. Oh.
The showstopper just stopped his own show. Here we go. Voltage got another message in the chat now. What's your favourite Ric Flair era? My favourite Ric Flair era. I actually really like his first run in the WWF as the Real World's Champion. We recently watched, I say recently, quite a while ago now, in the archives you'll find it. We watched the 1992 Royal Rumble, which Ric Flair wins. You got to be fair to Flair.
I was just about to say, you got to be fair to Flair era.
Yeah. But yeah, the Real World's Champion in WWE, 1992 Ric Flair, 91, 92 Ric Flair. Yeah, that's my favourite by an absolute mile. Bobby Heenan, Flair, Mr. Perfect.
Yeah.
And then
Such
the
a good
WrestleMania match with the Macho Man. Which I always think it's a shame we never got Hogan Flair. At that point.
For me, I would say it was during the time when he was in. I'd say for me, when he was Four Horsemen. Prior to
Yeah, he was in Evolution. He was in Four Horsemen, and obviously
yeah.
singles. I much prefer Ric Flair as a single. Yeah, 1000%. But you know,
Oh,
Evolution, great group. Four Horsemen, great group.
No, he was a singles wrestler even while he was under the Four Horsemen.
Yeah,
he
was the world champ at that point. He was the lead, wasn't he? But even so, I liked him on his own.
Yeah.
And then the next question here, Matt Burns. What's your favourite Rumble? Oh. Have we done
Royal
this in top three before?
Wait. Is this Royal Rumble event or Royal Rumble match? Because we've got to define that. Because
hi, Oshan. Welcome. We're watching WrestleMania 24. We're currently 1 hour, 36 minutes, 32, 33, 34 seconds in.
Ooh, match.
Favorite Royal Rumble match is the question, Matt Burns.
Because if it was event, right, I would have automatically gone for a certain Royal Rumble that I love. Main event being a certain street fight.
Yeah, you'd say 2000, yeah?
Yeah. Easily. I'm just trying to think.
My favorite Royal Rumble match, I think, is 04, which is the Benoit win, which is controversial. But it is where Kane gets distracted by the gong of the Undertaker, and it's the first time we knew that he was going to be coming back as the dead man. We also had Mick Foley come out in that Rumble and eliminate Randy Orton as they built towards the Randy Orton, Mick Foley series of matches.
Yeah. I'm just trying to remember mine.
I also like 02. 02 is good as well with the Triple H return. In case you've forgotten, I am the game. It's very recent, but I love this year's. Yeah, this year's was a really good Rumble.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It was good.
Big win by Jay. You know, the most star power I can remember for a long time. What was the year when Brock was eliminating everyone and then Keith Lee nearly got him out? Then Ricochet and Drew McIntyre eliminated him. Was that the same Rumble as Edge's return? Or can I change my mind to the year that Edge returned?
No. I'm nicking that one. I was literally looking for it just.
That moment was like chills, wasn't it? Voltage says 2020. Yeah. If that's the same, yeah, it was the same one. Or was 2019 Edge's return, 2020? I don't know. Either way, whichever one that was, that's the one I like. There's too many good Rumbles. The Rumble match is phenomenal. The first women's Rumbles match, the Oscar one. Woo! Going to say something controversial here, Matt Burns.
2020.
Yeah. Going to say something controversial here, Matt Burns. I don't like chops. So if the idea of wrestling, is to make stuff look as real as possible without hurting each other, chops doesn't look painful, but is. What the hell are we doing? It's like the opposite.
The problem that you've got there is that even though technically there's a rule that is synonymously broken in every match now in WWE, because some have even got them as finishes, but technically a closed fist is actually an illegal move. Oh, no.
Gunters aren't chops.
They're not chops. I
military
literally did
weapons.
this on a. No, they're not chops. I actually dubbed them as cardiac arrest.
Yeah.
Because he hits you with that, that's it. Bear in mind, Punk tapped out to them.
It's more of a gimmick with Gunther, similar to when Big Show used to do them. Big hand slaps.
But the difference is a punch is technically an illegal move, but it's just Gunther has been absolutely phenomenal, just point out. But for me, I remember him from, his prior to his Gunther years when he was Walter. Ooh.
Hesitated because he didn't want to put him out.
Yeah.
And now pulls him into the figure four. That hesitation cost him. And if he'd tapped out here, they could have kept the story going, but that wasn't it. Voltage Wrestling, I love Gunther so much. Woo! In about 5 minutes, guys, we're going to take a break. We're going to take a 10-minute break on the stream. We're actually going to join back. Make sure you subscribe to us because we're going to join back on a separate link, a separate stream. So follow the channel. That one starts at 10 p.m. exactly. So we're going to stop in about 5 minutes and we're going to start this again. We're going to resume where we left off at bang on 10 o'clock on the other stream. So,
well, we've got another question.
Best mask in history. Ooh. Got to be Rey Mysterio, right? I hate to cut the question short, but I mean, either that or Mr. America.
No. Best wrestling mask.
El Grande Americano. Los Conquistador Dos. I prefer Dos to Uno. I'm not sure why.
It's because you're like a good number two.
El Grande Americano. I said the same thing, Voltage. I think we're on the same wavelength here, bud. Genuinely, I do. Big chop from Shawn Michaels to Ric Flair. Must have been nice for Charles Robinson to ref this match.
For
a
me,
hero to him, wasn't he?
Hang on. Best mask in history. And yet nobody even thinks about this one. What about Ultimo Dragon or Kane?
Oh, I was going Kane. That's where I thought you were going with it.
I was going to go with Kane. Well, better yet, Mankind.
It's a good one.
But for me, for history, it's between two. Yes, Rey Mysterio is considered the greatest, but I am going to throw in two names. Well, I'm going to throw in one, actually, because this is an iconic one. Eddie Guerrero's even worn it. Tiger Mask.
Tiger Mask, good shout. We're actually going to stop, Matt Burns, bang on 1 hour, 45 minutes.
Okay.
So we're coming up in about 55 seconds. We're going to press pause. And we're going to rejoin the stream at 10 o'clock, bob on. Please join us again at 10 o'clock if you so wish. We're going to watch the rest of WrestleMania 24. I'm just going to take a quick wee break. That is the big plan.
Yep. So I will say, good question, Voltage Wrestling. Very good question.
Yeah, Kane's a good shout, but I think Rey Mysterio. I don't know. It can't be Rey Mysterio.
Oh, no, he is. I'm just picking something, so I'm not picking the same.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go with Tiger Mask for me.
Nice.
But another one that...
Flair taking out Shawn Michaels' knee there.
Oh, definitely.
Right, we're counting down to the finish now. We're going to pause in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Pause.
There we go. We're paused at 1 hour, 45 minutes of WrestleMania 24. We'll be back in about 10 minutes to continue watching 10 o'clock bob on the stream. Please come and join us again. Make sure you subscribed below. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. If you would help us, that'd be really appreciated. It's free to do, so like and subscribe, and we'll be back at 10 p.m. on the other stream. Cheers, guys.
Thank you.
See you in a minute. Welcome back to the Burning Truth. This is our WrestleMania 24 watch along part 2. Matt Burns, let him know how it works.
Dead easy. Get WrestleMania 24 ready on Peacock, Netflix, DVD, or whatever you watch. Cue it up to the exact time on the clock right now. And
that's 1 hour, 45 minutes. Dead, Matt Burns.
And when we count down to 3, 2, 1, hit play at the exact same time as us. So from here on out, that's everything. That's what we're going to do. We're going to be throwing in our reactions, insights, and some classic wrestling trivia. So let's just jump straight into it. 3, 2, 1, play.
And we are off. So here we go. We're midway through, Matt Burns, just to recap everyone. We're midway through Shawn Michaels versus Ric Flair. And that's the super kick. Flair walked straight into Sweet Chin Music there. Thunderous is what JR's called it.
It definitely is.
Michaels covers Ric Flair for a 1, a 2, and Flair kicks out bang on 3. Couldn't have got any more. Who's joining us? Voltage Wrestling's in the chat. Hi, Voltage Wrestling. Thanks for coming back to us.
We appreciate you.
We absolutely do. Oh, and he's gone down with his knee now after those figure 4 leg locks.
Oh, interesting question from Voltage Wrestling already, straight away.
Do you think Dominic Mysterio will surpass Rey Mysterio?
Do you want me to take this one?
Yeah, please.
No.
No, he won't. Listen, he will carve his own legacy, absolutely. Yeah. And he's destined to be one of the best heels of this generation.
Yeah.
However, and it's a big however, Rey Mysterio is the greatest luchador of all time.
Yeah. But the one thing I will say is Dominic is a better heel than Rey.
Oh, 1000%. But I just don't think, even if Dominic wins 15 world titles, I think the impact of Rey Mysterio has been absolutely special. He's not even a once in a lifetime talent. He is a once in every lifetime talent.
The dirtiest player in the game.
So yes, I think Dominic's going to have a great career, and he might win 15 world titles, but he will never be Rey Mysterio.
That'd be a tough shadow. It's a tough shadow to come out of. Ric Flair showing why he is the dirtiest player in the game.
I tell you what it's like. It's like being Hulk Hogan's son, right? And you can say what you want about Hulk Hogan these days, but Hulk Hogan had such an impact on the industry at the time. It would be impossible to be his son in wrestling. Michaels put a figure 4 onto Rick.
Inverted figure 4.
Oh, what we would know as the power lock.
I think it is, yeah.
Power lock, yeah, it's a power lock.
Yeah, power lock. Debatable.
Bron Breakker will surpass Scott Steiner, though. I mean,
really?
Yeah, but I believe so. But Scott Steiner's his uncle. It's Rick Steiner that's his dad, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think he will. I think Bron Breakker, along with Jacob Fatu, Dominic Mysterio, Carmelo Hayes, sort of Montez Ford, if I add him to this bracket as well, probably the next generation of major WWE stars.
That was close. Watching it.
Woo. And again, if you're listening to this at home, we're currently at 1 hour, 48 minutes and 57, 58, 59, 1 hour, 49 minutes on the clock.
Scott Steiner did have more of an impact. And don't forget a certain legendary promo, of course.
Yeah, quite a few legendary promos, but I believe Scott had more of an impact on wrestling as a whole. I mean, not really. He was a main eventer in a time when WCW was on its way out of business. He came to WWE and very quickly after a short promo with Triple H was dropped to a tag team with Test. Went to TNA and did very little there either. I think he's largely going to be forgotten about, Scott Steiner, other than that legendary Steiner Brothers run.
Yeah.
And this is it. This is the moment.
Yeah.
Michaels looks at Flair. I'm sorry. I love you. And the kick.
Yeah.
And
Rick Steiner.
1, 2, 3. And the greatest wrestler of all time. Rick did less. Absolutely. Rick did less than Scott Steiner. But I don't think Scott Steiner did an amazing things in the world of professional wrestling following the tag team. He was the WCW champion, like I say, at a time when WCW was getting out of business.
The only thing that makes Scott stand out more than Rick was the fact that it wasn't just a genetic freak as well. At the same time, he was very outspoken.
Yeah, his character work was great as well, wasn't it? So Scott Steiner, he did have some good character work, and he did win a world title. Rick Steiner can't say that he did that, but again, like, it's almost like being manager of a card factory, being the WCW champion when it was going out of business. A throwback to Regenerated episode of the podcast, but it's almost like being,
Yeah, but at the same time, you always have when brothers, tag team partners are always compared together. They always say, and the irony of it is who's just been in the match just. They always say, which one are you? Are you the Marty Jannetty or are you the Shawn Michaels?
Yeah, and Scott Steiner was the Shawn Michaels, not the Marty Jannetty, wasn't he? But I still think being the WCW champion at that time, it's almost like being, I don't know, prom queen of a school of munters.
But at the same time, with Scott Steiner, what's so interesting with him is he managed to still wrestle even with a dropped foot.
How are we talking about Scott Steiner whilst one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, arguably my favorite wrestler of all time, is getting the greatest send-off in the history of WrestleMania here as he lost his retirement match and everybody knew he was going to be
not wrestling in WWE anymore.
Yeah. Woo. Nate, man. Let's just take a second to... And the emotion of this, honestly, it's the most emotional WrestleMania moment for me, I think. Miss Elizabeth getting back with Macho Man Randy Savage, Cody winning the big one, but this...
You can see the emotion.
Walking that aisle.
One
last
time.
But it wasn't one last time, was it? Because he ruined it. Right, what's...
No. For WWE. For WWE.
Voltage, completely irrelevant to this question, but I've thought about this a lot. Do you believe WWE could buy out AEW? No. WWE couldn't afford it. AEW is owned by the Khan family that are billionaires in their own right.
Yeah.
AEW is never going to get to a point where it needs to sell out to WWE. It's completely different to the situation of smaller wrestling promotions or even WCW.
And I feel that if WWE did that, they'd be shooting themselves in the foot.
Why, Matt?
Because I feel it's always healthy to have good, healthy competition.
Oh, come off. It's AEW. It's not competition for WWE. It's not even in the same stratosphere.
No. You're right. I was just waiting for that. I was waiting for that comment. That's why I said it. No.
You'll wind me up, Matt Burns. You know you will.
No. It's always good to have an alternative, but that's where I feel and I always say AEW is an alternative because if anyone turns around and says, well, what about TNA?
It's not even in the same stratosphere as WWE.
TNA is working with WWE right now. which I think that's the really smart idea what they're doing.
Yeah.
And I think Voltage Wrestling is just pinpointed one of the major issues on why we haven't been covering it as much.
Yeah, because it's irrelevant. So AEW, it got there that it's dead right now. There are some good things coming out of AEW. Tony Storm, is an absolute shining light. You're really enjoying this week's segment with FTR and Cope. Talked about that earlier on, but you know, for me, I think, yeah. But for me, I think
Swerve,
I haven't been interested.
Right, I'm going to say this: Swerve is a standout, but Swerve messed up at the last pay-per-view.
Did he?
Oh yeah. After the event had finished, and you got the crowd there who were sitting there, he decided to, instead of letting the fans think of the event being the last moment to remember, he decided to say, and if I'm not mistaken, it was F Booker T.
Right.
Now, people, him doing that as the final moments, as the final thing, instead of letting him thingy, I think Booker T said it best. Why have you done that? Because you've now got people thinking about me instead of your what happened at the end of the main event, which was a shocking, shocking moment that happened with the Young Bucks returning and everything,
right?
Which it was, but people are now going to know it's less about them returning and more about Booker T.
And who does Booker T wrestle for?
He hasn't. He's working for the WWE.
He works for the other company.
Yeah.
Weird. The whole thing is weird.
And I was just about to say, it is. It's a heel thing to do, but he's meant to be a face. But this is the issue I have with it with AEW. They don't know whether who's face, who's heel. They've got heels doing face things, faces doing heel things, and it's like I don't know who to follow. And as Scott said in the past, if you lose them,
if you confuse them, you lose them. Absolutely. And do you know what? We're talking about this. We're missing a fabulous promo by Edge. I like that on the World Heavyweight title he had the rated R symbol next to his name. Didn't see that a lot. He's a heel though, Matt. I don't know what that's got to do with anything. And then he said a heelish thing, and people took it the wrong way.
And people took it the wrong way.
Doesn't make any money though. So if he's talking about somebody from a different promotion, where's the money in that? What's the end game? How is that going to draw any eyes to the product? It isn't.
It doesn't,
because it doesn't go anywhere. There's no. How does that end? So he gives Booker T a load of crap, and what's the? If he's a heel, when does the babyface get their comeuppance? Because Booker T isn't going to go across and wrestle him on AEW TV. It's just not going to happen.
Listen, Wrestling, don't worry about it. The thing is, he isn't a heel because at the moment he's it's Buck season by his words, because he's hunting the Young Bucks now.
Do you know what? We can talk about whatever you want now, Voltage Wrestling, because the next match coming up is Beth Phoenix and Melina versus Maria and Ashley. And if we miss that, it's not the end of the world for me. But yeah, the whole Swerve thing, where does that story go? He says something about Booker T. It goes nowhere because it can't go anywhere. It's just sort of
can't
lost.
Because Booker T is WWE.
He'd have been better off saying something about somebody within his own company that they could have had a program for. On
it might have, F the Bucks.
Yeah,
that would have made more sense.
Yeah,
I just felt as though he just. Yeah. The real question is, did he do it to make himself irrelevant and less about AEW making AEW relevant?
Actually, guys, I'm sorry. I thought I didn't want to watch this, but I actually do, because this is the Playboy Bunny Mania Lumberjill match. So I'm now quite interested. Oh, is it Snoop Doggy Dogg? Oh, right. I'm zoning out again.
Better talking about Kenny. someone.
Yeah,
with
they
a
would. Yeah,
connection.
they would. Yeah, they'd have been better talking about Kenny. Yeah, he's right.
Yeah, but
or Will Ospreay or anybody else.
Kenny has got. Yes, he has got a tie, but even he's against the Bucks because, if I'm not mistaken, Swerve ended up helping Kenny Omega this week. So he isn't going to take a shot at Kenny. I just I felt as though it was just not the greatest call. And the reason behind the whole Bucks returning on Swerve and hitting him was we did it for Hangman Adam Page, even though Page is technically a face and he's actually distancing himself from Swerve to focus on improving himself, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
So it's really, really weird how it all comes about.
Seriously, now, how far has women's wrestling come since this?
A lot.
So we've got Snoop Dogg driving down to the ring in a little pimp mobile, and behind him we've got some of the greatest workers of the generation. We've got Mickey James behind him, for example, just strutting to the ring in high heels, so that Maria Kanellis and Ashley Massaro can have a tag team match.
Tara, I just saw.
Oh,
It's just weird, and I think Vulture just said a statement, which is AEW's in a bit of an issue. I'm pretty sure that the actual video that we did recently saying AEW is in crisis.
Oh yeah, go find that on the channel if you subscribed. AEW in crisis. We did a bit of a. We spent a bit of time talking about it, and what we would do to fix it. I think was what we pulled out, wasn't it?
Yeah, as in wrestling wise, business wise, no, it's not in crisis, but be it a storyline and everything, financially, it's fine, but storyline wise, planning wise, as in the actual what's meant to be the content.
Layla, Michelle McCool. Sorry, just some of the other names that are in this lineup.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. I maintain, I think Maurice might be the hottest woman that's ever been in WWE. I know that's a bold claim. They should get a new writer. Well, that's half the problem, Voltage, is that Tony is taking on quite a lot of the writing himself. And a complete fresh start. I don't know if it needs a complete fresh start. No. It certainly needs better direction. I think Matt Burns would probably agree.
Yep.
What AEW really needs right now is a little bit of Scott Barrett banger magic.
Well, bear in mind, when you're doing your rebookings, if I'm not mistaken, you've been getting banger after banger after banger after banger after banger.
There it is, the banger alarm.
Now, bear in mind, this man is he has become the 5-banger specialist.
Now, can you dig that, sucker?
Love it.
Scott should be a writer. Thanks, Voltage Wrestling. I appreciate that. You can find my rebooks on most of the episodes of The Burning Truth, if it's not Matt Burns' turn. Also in blog form on the website, theburningtruthuk.com. You can find a couple of them in written form there if you want to go back and give them a read. Try my best.
But I will. I feel as
Maria
though
Kanellis and Ashley Massaro.
I think seeing Ashley right now, for me right now, it's a bit of a difficult watch with what we know.
Okay.
With what we know, but
yeah, it's a shame what happened to her.
Yeah. And Voltage Wrestling, I'm sure Scott will appreciate that.
Nice one. Yeah, they're on there. We've also been thinking about starting a new sort of series on this YouTube channel called What If, which is sort of our version of Marvel's series What If, and that is what if certain things in wrestling happen differently, and me and Matt Burns will both give our takes on the rebooking as we would do it. So, but not just rebooking changes, but maybe changes to the world of wrestling and what we would do differently in the coming months or years. So one of the things that was talked about was Montreal Screwjob What if it was Michaels that was leaving?
Ooh. What if the tragedy of what happened with Owen Hart that never happened?
Yeah.
If Eddie was still around.
Yeah.
And it's just a unique aspect of it. Or if Hornswoggle wasn't revealed as the anonymous general manager of Raw.
What if Fusion Media bought WCW, not Vince McMahon and the WWF, and we still have WCW? These are the questions, aren't they?
Ooh.
Oh my God, yes, I would love to listen. Good. We got one listener, Matt Burns. Happy days.
Love it, love it.
Subscribing to the channel, you'll see all that sort of stuff coming through. We do loads of stuff, to be fair. There's loads and loads of stuff on our YouTube channel at the Burning Truth 251. We'd love you to be a part of the community.
Yeah. And the funny thing about it is, I feel as though it's just a unique spin on it. I feel like it's the what if is like a next level of Very Live.
Or reboot this.
As well. Actually, apology yet. Oh, that's interesting.
How does that work, Voltage? I remember back in the day, Matt Burns. Yeah, Voltage, tell us how that works. While you're typing that up, how that works. Let me tell you, Matt Burns, about something I used to do in my younger days. When the internet was first kicking off back in the early 2000s for us. All my friends were on MSN. Well, I was too busy because I was running an e-federation online, and we were WWE-Fed at the time we were, and we had great times telling stories on there. How useful AI would have been for an e-fed.
Oh, phenomenal. Oh, you've got your answers?
Have we? So I record action figure matches and entrances. Oh, awesome. And they go on your YouTube page, yeah? Let's give you a shout out then. So make sure you're following Voltage Wrestling on YouTube as well. Give him a subscribe if you're watching this along. Matt Baines, you have a look, see if you can see if you can find the some of the videos. I can't because of the stream, but
give me a quick second. I'm just trying to have a look. Just trying to look it up. See, find the legendary status.
Yeah, am I right in saying that Ashley Massaro and Maria Kanellis came from the same year of the Diva Search?
What was that?
Did Ashley Massaro and Maria Kanellis come from the same year of the Diva Search?
You got me wondering now.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't expect you to have Diva Search history to hand.
You've got me. You caught me in a bit of a double there.
Voltage says he does shorts mostly. That's cool. I like that.
Nice.
Are they like stop motion then, or?
I'm wondering if it is stop motion. I'm just trying to look it up now for us. Voltage Wrestling.
Great Head says a takedown there by Ashley on Melina. Follows it up with a clothesline. Oh, look who we've got at ringside there. We've got Katie Lee. Brought in as Birchall's sister. Was that the name they brought her in under, Katie Lee?
Katie Lee.
They brought her in as Birchall's sister.
Katie Lee Birchall.
Yeah, Pirate Paul Birchall's sister, yeah.
Yeah, because Vince wanted to do a certain angle, which...
Yeah, he's got a thing about incest angles, hasn't he?
Why?
So I asked if it was stop motion. He says, sort of. It's
I'm just having a quick glimpse at it right now.
Videos. Cool.
And you know what? It's a very unique way of doing it. I definitely recommend checking, just having a quick check out.
Okay. What's the at? Is it just at Voltage Wrestling?
It is at Voltage Wrestling, all in capitals. I'll do one better. I'll send you the link.
Just give us an update, mate, to what's going on in the ring while I'm having a look.
Give me 2 seconds. I'm just switching back. I think lights have gone out. We're in the dark. Not so much, but the lights have just gone straight highlighted into the ring so we can see more action. High flying crossbody from Marie. And the glam's on. But the Glamazon right now is showing why she is the Glamazon.
Oh, I like that. That's really cool, Voltage Wrestling. I've just watched Austin Theory's entrance. It's cool.
It's interesting, isn't it?
Very cool. Right, let me get back on the stream and hopefully nothing will break. Oh, yeah, I knew that was going to cause me an issue. I'm well behind on the stream now.
Oh, dear.
Just give me a second and I'll catch up. If I can just catch up here at 2 hours, 11 minutes and 20 seconds. And Santino pulls Maria out. Am I at the right place now?
It's just sort of just a little bit.
Voltage just got a new screen. Well, it looks good, mate. And it looks like Jerry Lawler's going after Santino.
Yeah. The Gambazan just about to do the left. Up. And down.
Are you lined up to the same time as us then, Matt Bain? So 2 hours, 11 minutes.
Yep.
And 51, 52, 53 seconds.
My match, for me, it's just ended just a second.
You're a bit ahead then, mate. Oh, no, you're not. You rang on time. Yeah, you're fine. I've caught up now.
There you go.
Well, thanks, Voltage Wrestling. You would successfully distracted us through that match. We didn't need to see that.
Well, the lights dimmed. Well, this is how interesting it was. The lights dimmed on the event. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, but if you look, you've got Santino being Santino.
Yeah. There's a huge match after this, Matt Binge, you know.
Oh, yeah. But the one thing I am going to say is... Oh!
What?
Snoop Dogg.
Snoop Doggy Dogg.
I am going to say this. Santino Marella right now has been absolutely amazing.
Do you know what? He's a great character. Oh, hello.
Santino has been absolutely amazing in TNA as well, especially as the authority figure.
Yeah, I love him when he pops on NXT at the minute, isn't it? If you love NXT too, I do the NXT review every Wednesday on the channel, so make sure you subscribe for that if you're not already.
If you look at the most recent comment, yeah, we would massively appreciate it. Regardless, you can be a small creator, big creator, anything, any shout outs, we appreciate it. Which is why, if you notice, we've actually just already done, we recommend people who are interested in, where action figures and doing, wrestling matches and entrances, check out Voltage Wrestling.
Yeah, we're all here to help each other. So yeah, feel free to give us a shout out to Voltage Wrestling. We really appreciate it. I'll tell you what we do like. We love wrestling figures too. I mean, I've got two boys here and they absolutely love them. I've always had wrestling figures too. I've actually got an earthquake figure that looks just like my partner Matt Burns over here.
Oh,
Hey, listen, that would be awesome, right?
that would
You want to
be
create a custom
amazing.
figure for us? Absolutely.
That would be phenomenal.
Right, let me
We'd be thankful for that.
just catch up here because I've had to sit through an advert, Matt Burns. Can you believe it?
We're just going through the the package right now.
Yeah.
Seeing you getting Arcade on the table. He's on the gurney.
That's fine. I'll catch up, mate. It's fine. There we go.
Multi-dressing, you absolute legend. If you genuinely.
Hey, listen, we'll do a special video for that if you're going to.
Definitely.
That sounds awesome.
Definitely.
Really, really cool.
I love that. Here it is. He risked it all. Well, bear in mind, think about it. This is this year he's doing an entirely different risk.
Yeah.
Listen, take all the time that you need. Honestly, we appreciate you. Just honestly.
Hey, listen. Yeah, you crack on. Takes as long as it takes, man. Here comes Randy Orton. Have you heard about the latest rumors today, Matt Burns, for who's going to be Randy's challenger at WrestleMania? Complete left field come out today as a possibility. So, latest news is it's very likely that Jeff Hardy is Randy Orton's opponent at WrestleMania. I know, right? True story.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
I know, right?
Do you know I would have liked to have seen at WrestleMania against Orton?
Go on.
Nick Aldis.
Oh, yeah, I would have loved that. I just don't think they're interested in using him as a worker, though, for whatever reason.
Now, there's an interesting question on there.
Voltage Wrestling. Let me show you something while Matt Burns talks us through what's on the screen.
And it's really, really is interesting, isn't it? But yeah, right now we've got the hype package. This is what WWE is always great at, which is the hype packages. And it is, and at the moment in that last that picture, you got Cena and Triple H that focus on each other. It almost reminds me of the certain women's championship. How EO's getting left out and she's the champion. All left out between Cena and Triple H.
Absolutely.
Oh, mate, what's up? But the question is will the result be the same this year? But I'm just trying to remember who enters for. Yep, it is. It's Cena first. Oh. This is just absolutely great. Absolutely great. Unique way to enter. And it's not the usual Cena. I'm just wondering if they do actually kick into it. Or if Cena just continues down. He just continues down. That's interesting. The fact that you've got Cena entering to sort of a unique version of his song. But ladies, seeing as he's testing them ropes at top speed. Hustle, loyalty, respect. If anybody watched SmackDown this week, I thought the promo that Cody Rhodes did with all the championships was really, really good.
Oh, yeah. Excellent.
That was, I thought, brilliant. But right now, the fans at the time put Randy Orton on the lowest with 8%, Triple H at 40%, and John Cena at 52%. They believed that Cena was going to be the win. The crowd indifferent. But here comes Triple H. The game.
Just trying to find... Here he comes.
Are you ahead?
Hey?
Are you ahead now?
No, I think I'm Bob on now.
Well, Triple H is under the lights now.
Yeah.
And play it. It's all about the game and who's gonna make it. I am the game and I wanna play me. I am control. The way you can take it.
Wow.
The way you can
Don't give up your day
it.
job, Matt Burns.
I won't. I'm not the best singer. I was just doing it, seeing if it was syncing up with yours.
Well, you're on a delay to me anyway, aren't you?
The savagery. Although I was expecting just mute him.
Just mute him. Put him out of his misery.
I don't believe how that's just happened. As soon as they just did that noise, that on my version of the of me watching, the fireworks went off.
Oh, okay.
Someone who the game Triple H, someone who was very deserving to be in the Hall of Fame. Triple H is very deserving.
Right, Matt Burns, I think I've managed to get a couple of pictures of us here. I don't want to play them straight away, though, because we'll lose the clock. And for anyone listening at home, we're currently at 2 hours, 22 minutes, and 36, 37, 38 minutes.
Could
what I'll do...
take me off temporarily just so you can put the picture there?
No, I've got a better idea. Just bear with. I'll take my blur off. Just so I can show you these quickly. So here's the main man. Voltage, if you're still watching. It's the main man, Matt Burns, in his singlet.
With new product. You can't actually see the singlet in full because of the t-shirt. But if you need
picture I could get. Here's the best picture I could get of the main man, Scotty Barrett, just there. I've normally got more hair than that, to be fair. I shaved my head a couple of weeks ago, and I'm having to live with it right now.
He knows me. He knows me so well.
Yeah.
He knows me so well. Yeah, to be honest, I appreciate that one.
We dabble, don't we, Matt Burns? We dabble,
yeah,
certainly.
We dabble. Oh, bear in mind that one of us was wrestling last night.
Not me, mate. I was falling asleep, sat here.
Lucky.
Here we go. Oh, and Randy Orton coming out to this tune.
You can say, oh, wow.
Hey. Nothing you can say. Yeah, brilliant.
That's a classic. Oh, Voltage Wrestling's in training to become a wrestler.
Oh, good stuff. Where, Voltage? Where?
Why are you training? Because if any, that's one thing we always say is don't try wrestling, don't try this at home, is what we've always said. But if you are wanting to get into the wrestling business, we always recommend going to a training school.
Sod that. Try to say
Wolverhampton.
Birmingham way. Okay.
What company is it for? Is it with? I'm just wondering which company it's for.
Randy Orton, the WWE champion, posing, top rope. John Cena and Triple H in the ring. You just think, Matt Baines, can you count up the amount of world titles between those three? Trent Seven's company. There you go, Matt Baines.
Yeah, say no more. I know exactly which one you're on about. And if Trent Seven's teaching it, that's got to be quality.
Yeah. Hey, who knows? Maybe one day we'll meet in the ring. Mike Chioda reffing this one. Come on, Matt Baines. Let's have a Matt fact. How many world titles between Randy Orton, John Cena, and Triple H?
Give me 2 seconds while I get them.
See if you can get there before me and my Scott statistic.
Give me a minute. Cut me some slack here.
So Randy Orton and Triple H have got 14 title reigns each. John Cena's got 16. That's a combined world titles 44 in the ring right now, Matt Baines.
As I said, 44 but that number could very well change in a few weeks' time.
Okay, we've got Matthew Rodriguez on, Matt Baines. He says he's got a debate question. So, guys, I want your 3 takes from each of you. Perfect higher power of the ministry, not Vince. Wow. Matthew Rodriguez. It's interesting that you go there because I've got a full rebook of the Ministry of Darkness on the website under blogs. That's www.theburningtruthuk.com. Also, it can be found in one of our previous episodes of the podcast, which you can get on this YouTube. So subscribe to the YouTube channel. My perfect, I'll go first, Matt Baines, if you don't mind.
Please do.
As the match goes on, what we probably should do, because this is a top 3. So just to the top 3, to the top 3, to the top 3, what we made. Seeing as this is a top 3, thanks for your question, Matthew. My top 3 higher powers. Number 3 would have been the original concept, apparently, Christopher Daniels.
Yeah.
My number 2 would have been Don Callis. And my number 1 would have been Jake the Snake Roberts, which is what it was in my rebook. And it was very successful. I think I got 5 out of 5 bangers from Matt Baines on that one. So they're my top 3. What about yours, Matt Baines?
Number 1, I'm just going to go straight to number 3. I would have done a bit of a different twist as an alternative. And as much as you can say Christopher Daniels, I feel as though it's just weird because it's just they could have gone for anybody. Shane could have been an interesting one. Shane. But to be honest with you, I would have just gone with anybody new personally, and just give him like give him a nice fresh start for me for number 3. Number 2, John Callis. Number 1, come on, I give you 5 bangers for it. Jake the Snake.
Convinced John Jake the Snake. Voltage Wrestling says he's saving his bumps right now because he doesn't want to be worn out by 20. Mate, I'm nearly 40, and let me tell you, I'm worn out.
Yeah. If you want me to feel old right now, bear this in mind. I actually started wrestling, I'd say about 21, 22 plus years.
Yeah.
Ago.
Yeah, I'm 20 years this year, just past 20 years. So Matthew Rodriguez, different question. What AEW 3 wrestlers will be a good higher power? My wild card is Luther. Who's Luther, Matt Burns? Fill me in.
Luther is a friend of Chris Jericho's, but you do know who Luther is because you watched Tony Storm, the Butler.
Oh, right. Okay, got you. So let's talk about this then. So we got 3 wrestlers who'd be a good higher power. As Randy Orton hits an amazing crossbody on John Cena.
Yeah.
John Cena rolls through and picks him up. 3 AEW wrestlers that would be a good higher power for the Death Riders.
Death Riders? You mean higher power?
No, I'm asking 3 AEW wrestlers who would be a good higher power for the Death Riders stable.
Well, I think that. Am I answering your question first, or am I answering Matthew
You're
Rodriguez's
answering my question. Forget that one. I'm asking you a better question.
Right. I'll answer them both in a minute. I'll have to answer
You've already
both of them.
already answered the one about the higher power. I'm interested.
No.
Who would be a good AEW higher power right now for the Death Riders stable?
I think they've got it right with John Moxley.
Yeah, but Undertaker was the leader of the ministry, but it's who's the higher power? Higher than the Undertaker, higher than Dean Ambrose.
Oh, you mean who in AEW would have been perfect for the higher power?
For the Death Riders stable. So if there was a higher power, if John Moxley had a higher power...
Oh, Shane McMahon.
I'm not sure why this is so difficult. Like, I've been waiting for you to say Shane McMahon for about 10 minutes now.
I didn't get what you meant straight away. It's like Shane McMahon, of course. He's going to have to be the higher power. Come on.
Absolutely. Why did Taker have access to Vince and his house? The higher power is Linda McMahon. Just God no. God no.
You just told him that the key's under the fake rock. and it's the only rock there.
It was me, Austin. It was me all along.
No. But anyway, let's go back to Matthew Rodriguez's question. Because I could probably suggest at least we could still say Don Callis here because he does actually work for AEW. So that's a bit of a cop out there. It's a naughty one, but yeah, sorry. Luther would be, to a degree, a good pick, but the problem I have with Luther, he doesn't have the mic skills. So I feel as though he wouldn't be able to convey it as much as we need to. I feel as though the weird thing about it is, a part of me wanted to say Aleister Black, but he's no longer with AEW right now. Which is such a shame. And it is such a shame. But one person
wrestling's asking. Oh, go on. Sorry, finish what you're saying.
One name that does pop up in my head automatically, if he wasn't, because if I'm not mistaken, he is the man who calls himself the Devil. MJF.
Okay, MJF's a good shout. Voltage Wrestling wants to know if we should say our hot takes because he's got a couple that will get people riled up. Come on then, yeah. If you're watching along live, let's have your hot takes in the chat, please. I've got one. I'm sure Matt Burns has two.
Hang on, Matthew's just throwing in his. Mariah May, no, I don't think she would have done the higher power. I think Julia Hart would be a better pick than Mariah May. Julia Hart. Darby, no. As much as he got his gimmick, I feel as though he doesn't scream out leader per se. Sting, yes, but I don't think he's not really known for his heel work. He's better as a face. Me, MJF, definitely. He's the devil.
Samoa Joe would be pretty cool too.
Ooh, that's a good.
Fits in the stable as well, doesn't he, Samoa Joe?
Yeah.
Right. Voltage Wrestling's just dropped his hot take. Are you ready for this? Even if Biggie didn't get injured, he wouldn't have got anywhere. So I feel he's better off injured.
No, disagree.
I don't think he would have been champion again. I think we would have been in a similar place to Kofi and Xavier Wood. Well, Kofi at this point. I don't think he would have been champion again. So I agree to a point, Voltage Wrestling, that he wouldn't have got anywhere. He wouldn't have been a main eventer currently. He would have been an upper mid-carder helping new main eventers get over. However, I don't think he's better off injured. That bit I disagree with.
No, I don't agree with him being injured because he's always a man who was willing. He was always willing to help get others over. And such really, the fact that he's even doing it now, he's even managed to get the New Day, who kicked him out of the group, and get them to turn into a major heel by being the victim of them, goes to show how dedicated he is.
I've got a couple of hot takes if you're interested.
Well, you got a hot question right now.
Right, I'm going to do my hot take first.
Okay.
My hot take is that Roman Reigns' tribal chief era was better than CM Punk's pipe bomb era. His run had consistency, dominant storytelling. He elevated everyone around him. Punk dropped one pipe bomb and then, complained mostly on TV for a few months.
I am going to agree with you for a different reason.
Okay.
Because I feel as though the pipe bomb era of CM Punk is a repeat.
Yeah.
Because he actually did something similar on the independent scene.
Yeah, he did the summer of Punk, didn't he?
Within ROH.
Yeah. Right, we've got Cena, currently got Randy Orton in the STFU, it was at the time, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay, let's have Matthew Rodriguez's hot question. Tell me 3 controversial WWE characters from the 2000s that will shine in AEW. Well, we talked about one earlier on. We talked about MVP, didn't we?
Yeah.
Who probably, I think, does his best work as a manager and is currently manager in AEW. Yeah. So, therefore, a 2000s character having a shine. Who else? It's difficult, really, because I'm not sure how many other 2000s WWE wrestlers are currently in AEW.
I feel...
Or are we talking wrestlers from the 2000s WWE that would do well in AEW? That would do well in AEW? Or okay.
That would do well.
Who would do well from 2000s? If 2000s Edge was in AEW, would have done really well. And the right to censor, the whole gimmick, would have done really well in AEW. Because they pushed the boundaries further.
Yeah. But to be honest, they couldn't be right to censor, but I feel as though they would have changed it and made it their own.
Yeah, there was a gimmick in the UK a few years ago. A few guys were doing a gimmick, health and safety.
It was
shout out to my day job there. But yeah, I think a gimmick like that.
I'm pretty sure the health and safety guys will appreciate you for that.
Oh, definitely. Voltage Wrestling, Sting should have retired in 2017. Never should have gone to AEW. I think his AEW run was pretty good, actually.
I loved his AEW run.
I think Sting is a good one for a hot take. My hot take on Sting is that he should never have gone to WWE. He should have been the one who never went. That would have been a much better outcome for him because, you know, they did to him what they did to every other WCW wrestler. They squashed him.
Yeah.
I completely agree, Scott. CM Punk run was all promo. I mean, 5-knuckle shuffle on Triple H as we read that one out.
No, he went for the attitude adjustment or the FU. Kick off.
Question. Tell me one male and one female from WWE and one male and one female from AEW that will be a perfect pairing with Bobby Heenan.
Oh yeah.
Put Bobby Heenan and Paul Heyman. Or
perfect pairing with Bobby Heenan.
So do you
mean right? Do you mean you got to pick one male, one female from WWE, and one male and female
from AEW?
From AEW and pick a pairing with possibly either Bobby Heenan and one with Bobby Heenan and one with Paul Heyman.
Okay, let's do that then. You go first.
I hate to say that, but he has got a point on that. On Megan Bain. I can see why.
Why do I know why? Why do I know why?
No. I know. I'm just saying, Megan Bain would be a good pick for Paul Heyman. But I feel as
punt on Triple H covers John Cena, and that's the 3. Randy Orton retains. I would put Timeless Tony Storm with Bobby Heenan.
Yeah.
Just like we put Ric Flair with Bobby Heenan in 91, 92.
Yeah.
Almost exactly the same.
Yeah.
That's what I would do. Timeless.
As much as you can sit there and say Megan Bain would be good for Paul Heyman, there's one argument with that. Some of the moves, I can see why you picked it, but the problem is it's very similar to Brock Lesnar. Do you want Megan Bain being compared to the female version of Brock Lesnar? Or do you want to be in herself?
Just trying to think of a guy that I would put from AEW with Bobby Heenan. I don't know a great deal about the product.
I would consider, for me personally, because I think for Paul Heyman, I would say for a male, I would pick Brody King. For me personally. Brody King would be a good shout out for Paul Heyman.
Yeah.
Because I feel as though he would be able to navigate Brody King to that next level.
I'm just thinking about, so who does Heenan? So Heenan goes with Timeless Tony Storm and do you know what? Maybe Satnam Singh, actually. Just think about Heenan and the Giant and Andre the Giant.
You just hit the nail on the head.
Maybe that's what you do with Heenan and Heyman. So if I had to take one male and female to go with Heyman from AEW, Darby Allin, and is the Booker T one still wrestling in AEW? Athena.
She's more.
She was trained by Booker T, wasn't she?
Athena, you're on about. She's more ROH at the moment.
Is she? Well, she's my pick. So they're the 2 that I would put up: Paul Heyman, Darby, and Athena.
It can still pick because she is just about. She's possibly going into a feud with a certain, CEO.
Yeah, I wouldn't do anything with her.
Yeah. For me,
Notable. Oh, sorry. So other notable people that could have gone with Paul Heyman from AEW.
I
Jack Perry.
haven't.
Go on, you go.
That's a good pick. Female wise, hang on.
Take your pills, Matt Burns.
What?
Take your pills.
You know what the irony of it is?
That is your pill along. Take your pills, Matt Burns. Because the Big Show.
Right. Well, anyway, a female I would like to see because I feel as though he would be able to navigate it in a great way, because when they tried to turn this individual heel, they didn't do it. Nothing changed really. I don't think she didn't stand out. She stood out for a week or two, but then it just sort of just went boom. Chris Statlander.
Okay.
I feel Heyman would have actually been able to elevate her,
Yeah,
to that next level.
Matthew Rodriguez, we've really enjoyed the questions in the chat, mate. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. We've got loads of cool stuff on the channel coming up, and we go live lots and lots throughout the week. So if you join us and hit that bell, you'll know when we're going live, and you can come in and ask some more of these fabulous questions because we're really enjoying it. How slim does Big Show look here?
He's looking good.
Oh, Voltage Wrestling. I love that take. Logan Paul should team with Dom Dom.
The Heat Magnets.
How slim does Big Show look here? This is the other big match of the night, isn't it? So the first one was Ric Flair, Shawn Michaels. The other big match of the night, I mean, we've got the title matches, whatever. But the other big match of the night was this one. It was the Big Show versus Floyd Money Mayweather.
However, have you seen Logan Paul's new finish he's been doing lately?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on it?
It's okay.
Unique.
I'm interested in, do you think this is the most successful celebrity match of all time?
Nope. Nope.
Go on then.
I feel a certain. Have you got to be at WrestleMania?
No.
No, so I'm going to use the WrestleMania one because Bad Bunny and Damian Priest.
Was that not in Puerto Rico? That was at Backlash, wasn't it? Backlash, Puerto Rico.
Was it Backlash?
Yeah. Was it WrestleMania Backlash? If it was WrestleMania Backlash, you can have it. I'll let you have it.
I'm looking at it. You know what? You want me looking it up now?
It was the pay-per-view in Puerto Rico, though. It was. Voltage Wrestling now says, Logan tries to take Liv from Dom, and Liv complies because Dom had that segment with Rhea. Go on then. That's celebrity match. Who's the?
I'm just trying to find it now.
When it was, it's still a very good one.
Yeah,
with Bad Bunny.
I'm just trying to find it now.
I think we watched the best ever celebrity match a few weeks ago when we did the WrestleMania 15 watch along, where Butterbean absolutely destroys Bart Gunn. I think that's the best one. He knocks him out.
You are going to be shocked.
What?
It was WrestleMania.
What, when he wrestled Damian Priest?
No, not when he wrestled Damian Priest. When Priest tagged with him. Against John Morrison and The Miz.
Was that good? I thought the match they had against each other was better.
No. I feel as though by then we knew he could wrestle. But for a big surprise, I feel as though that was the nicest surprise for me. But if we are going to go down the route of any company, any celebrity. Come on, how can we not talk about Stephen Amell? How can we not talk about Stephen Amell?
How can we not talk about David Arquette winning the WCW title?
We don't talk about it. What about Shaq?
Oh, we went through that table. Fair.
Shaq was insane.
None of them brought eyes to the product like this one did, though, surely.
Yeah.
Also, here's another one, actually. Honorable mention for the Battle of the Billionaires.
No, I just started looking at Voltage Wrestling. Scott was getting confused. He thought I was on about the match where it was against each other. I was on about the actual tag match that he did against John Morrison and The Miz.
Yeah, good recovery, Matt Burns. We all believe you, honest. Looks like Money Mayweather's put a pair of the Big Show's shorts on.
Or he's friends with MC Hammer.
Can't touch this.
No relation, by the way.
How did they work this? Because I don't remember how they worked this.
What, planned it?
Yeah.
Great difficulty. It's just trying to find the timing to do it. And I will say, I felt so sorry for Big Show after this.
Why?
For the mark he ended up with.
Oh, yeah.
Because, come on, that had to hurt.
Dead interesting match, this.
Now, some people did not. The weird thing about it is Big Show's meant to be the full-on heel here, and Money Mayweather being the face. Now, that wasn't always the case with this. There's like in between because some people absolutely hated Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah, he was controversial, wasn't he?
Yeah. But as much as you can sit there and say he was cocking everything and his style, everything, he still got the wins.
Yeah.
He still got the wins. You know, even when he went against Conor McGregor. I think what was interesting about this is, even though, forgot about that. Forgot about that. I forgot about that bump from the. I'm just wondering, was that an extra? I hope it was.
So we talked about the best celebrity match then, Matt Burns. What in your opinion, is the worst celebrity match we've ever had?
Worst. Let me have a think.
As Big Show pulls in one of Mayweather's goons and gives him a slap to the chest.
I'm trying to think what was the worst celebrity match.
Big Show's caught Mayweather.
Oh. Right. Does it have to be at WrestleMania or not?
No.
This one will be a match I'm pretty sure that many might get upset about.
Okay.
Not because, not disagreeing with me because I have a feeling that they'll agree with me because it was bad. It was a celebrity who, it was the only celebrity who can get John Cena definitely over as a face. Kevin Federline.
Oh yeah. My worst. Yeah, that was on Raw against Cena, wasn't it?
Yeah.
My worst celebrity wrestling match WWE was Aki Bono versus the Big Show. Do you remember the sumo match? Oh, it was bad, wasn't it?
That was bad. Now, what I find interesting is most people will sit there and think we're going to get in for David Arquette. Nope.
Wasn't the worst match.
The Machine Gun Kelly have one.
I don't know, maybe.
I don't think he did. I know he got powerbombed through a table.
Oh, he stamped on his hand. And that's the story they're telling here. If Mayweather's got no hands, what can he do? What's Voltage Wrestling saying? WSC stage creator on YouTube.
Are you checking
What's
that out?
Voltage?
Hang on.
Mayweather.
I think he felt that.
I wonder if you're in front, Matt Burns. Coming up to 2 hours, 55 minutes and 57, 58, 59. That's 2 hours and 56 minutes.
WSC stage creator on YouTube. That's the improved version of what I do. No, listen. We're sending you the love, not WSC stage creator.
Yeah, follow Voltage Wrestling.
Check them out. They got the fire. They got the passion. They got the voltage.
Nice.
It gives you that electric feeling.
That's the burning truth, right? Kicks to the Big Show from Floyd Mayweather. Big Show gets him up. Here comes the side slam on Mayweather.
I will say you've got to give some celebrities credit for being willing to take the bumps.
Voltage Wrestling asks, what's the best attire in history? There's only one answer to this.
Go on.
It's Jeff Jarrett's original male stripper outfit with the things. It's the only answer.
Is that what you're picking?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm going to go with the uniqueness of RVDs.
Okay, with this, yeah, the sprays.
Yeah.
Who else did I actually like the attire of? Do you know what? Kane's first few attires were very cool.
Yeah.
Up until sort of Ruthless Aggression. Oh, yeah, it's cool too. It was certainly very of its time, Jeff Hardy's face paint and arm sleeves, wasn't it? Thanks, Voltage Wrestling. Hot take, Jeff Hardy, not very good. Again, opinion, but...
Well, if you want an opinion, if you want to see why probably Scott's got that opinion, just look at TNA when he had that short match against Sting.
Yeah, I don't think that was his talent, though.
No, but I will say Jeff Hardy did have a unique style, and for me, that's definitely not my opinion. No. I was saying that's Scott's opinion. It was a good look he had. It was a look, unique look, which is good.
Jeff Hardy, for my memory, Jeff Hardy's only ever had one singles match where he's performed well. It was a ladder match versus The Undertaker on Raw. Outside of that, any other matches he's had that have been any good have been tag team affairs.
That just made you a heel in my eyes, Scott. You're a heel to him.
He's a heel.
He's a heel. He's a bad guy. You're belling.
Yeah, do you know what, Voltage Wrestling? Actually, you said you didn't think Ric Flair's very good, so you're a heel in my eyes.
Ooh. Hot takes.
We're all friends, though. We can agree to disagree.
Of course. It's good to have a conversation. It's good to have disagreements.
Yeah,
it's always good.
Me and Matt Baines disagree with stuff all the time.
Oh yeah. But then again, a few times we can have some agreements, like we have had a few agreements, like a certain hydration station.
Yeah. Oh, Big Show gets hit by a chair by one of Mayweather's lackeys, and now this guy's gonna get choke slammed all the way to hell.
Pretty much. Oh, in the body.
He turns around now. Mayweather's got that chair. Money, 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 money.
Oh.
Big kick to the testicles.
Oh, got a call.
Big chair shot to the skull.
CTE.
I mean, Mayweather's going to punch you in the face in a minute.
Again, CTE though.
Voltage Wrestling. I love Prime.
No issue with Prime. Actually, it's just the hydration station. If it's not going to be used, what's it doing there?
Yeah. Nobody ever seems to get a drink from the hydration station. That's our big issue with it.
That's
if people are stopping. Oh, and there we go. Mayweather puts Big Show out with the brass knucks. I know a thing or two about that. I've just noticed, Matt Baines, we've lost the clock. The clock must only go to 3 hours.
Oh dear.
So we're going hands-free from this moment on, which is fine. Big Show's knocked out. Mayweather gets the win.
We're at 3 hours, 2 seconds, 10 seconds, 11, 12, 13.
Yeah, that's all right, Matt Baines. I think we all know where we are at this point. Just watching Mayweather. Celebrate. After knocking out the Big Show with the brass knuckles. I love the station. Would jump the barricade just to get the big bottle.
That's what we're saying. Nothing happens with the hydration station.
What we're saying, Voltage, is that actually what we want to see is like mid-match when somebody's down, do they go across and have a little drink? That's what we want to happen.
If you have an Iron Man match, literally have them slide out.
We've got May Eunice on the chat now. Matt Baines would like to know what our favorite WrestleMania match is.
This is a choke slam from Big Show there. But here you go. Bam! A knockout punch.
Come on. What's your favorite WrestleMania match?
Oh, definitely. I think all of us would. Because the thing is, that won't be the smart thing. You got to stay hydrated. Yes, I am.
I've asked you 3 times what your favorite WrestleMania match is.
I'm just trying to have a think of it right now. So just. It's hard to say. Because I feel as though we've covered this already. With the finish of the finish of a certain story. Finishing the Cody Rhodes story. Did Jimmy? The finishing of the Cody Rhodes story? Roman Reigns versus... I think that's a good shout out.
I think we talked about mine a couple of weeks ago. Rock Austin won WrestleMania 50.
Yeah.
That's my favorite WrestleMania match. It's perfect. It is a perfect WrestleMania main event. I also really like the Mega Powers Explode. Savage Hogan. I really like the Mega Powers Explode. What else do I like? Hogan Andre. Rock Hogan. Another perfect match.
Yeah. Flair versus HBK.
Yeah, it's an emotional one. TLC 2 from Mania 17.
Oh, definitely.
Trying to think of any others that I really, really like. Undertaker versus Kane, WrestleMania 20, the return of the dead man.
Eddie Guerrero versus Kurt Angle.
Oh, that's another good one from WrestleMania 20.
Here's another one.
Is Kim Kardashian
there? Kurt Angle versus HBK.
Here comes the attendance record. Savage Steamboat May says WrestleMania 3. Yeah, good shout.
Oh, definitely a good shout. Definitely.
There's also Sheamus versus Daniel Bryan.
Short.
It was one of the greatest 5 seconds I've ever seen. Do you know what I really enjoyed from WrestleMania 17, actually? Probably doesn't get talked about enough. The gimmick battle royal. Where Sheiky Baby had to win because he couldn't go over the top rope.
Undertaker versus HBK.
Hey?
Undertaker versus HBK.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Undertaker versus AJ Styles.
Undertaker. Do you know what? Undertaker versus Triple H in the Hell in a Cell with Michaels as the ref.
End of an era.
It's very good.
Yeah.
People love the Iron Man match, don't they? Bret and Shawn. People love Bret and Owen.
Shawn and
Razor ladder match.
Ladder match.
So many good ones. So many good WrestleMania matches.
Definitely.
Rollins versus Rhodes. Yeah, he's okay. Yeah, fair. Yeah.
It was good, but I felt their Hell in a Cell match was a bit more was better, especially with the fact that Rhodes went through that entire issue with these peckers. I had to hit.
Matt Burns were doing it.
I like how you're timing this with the hype for the main event. Wow.
I like this. That standing desk business. As we're getting this hype package now for The Undertaker and Edge.
Yeah.
Always stand up for the main event, Matt Burns. It's how I roll these days. There we go.
Ooh. Oh, you know what? That's a classic scream from Becky.
What?
That then on the package, the Vicky Guerrero scream that she's dead. I'm surprised that's not a movie. It's been borrowed.
Excuse me. Hit the Fandango moves. Most underrated WrestleMania match. That's a better question. Most underrated is China versus Ivory at WrestleMania 17.
Yes.
She could work, you know.
Yeah.
Underrated, totally. It's forgotten about. It's a sleeper, that is.
Yeah. And it's a shame that people slept on it.
I tell you what's forgotten in time, but is equally another massively underrated WrestleMania match. Bianca versus Sasha, main event, night one WrestleMania.
Oh, I think Voltage Wrestling just mentioned a good one.
Yeah, Ray versus Rhodes. Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah.
I also think Randy Orton versus The Undertaker. Seth Rollins versus Randy Orton. And this one.
Yeah.
This,
you know what? I'm going to say
Edge Undertaker.
I'm going to say one now that people might not agree with, that and they might not think it was a good match. But I thought it was still good because it was something different, because it is an Undertaker match against Mark Henry.
Oh, okay, yeah, good shout.
The casket match.
Yeah. You know what? Loads of Undertaker ones are underrated at WrestleMania, though, and I'll tell you for why. Because there's that many of them and there's that many good ones. People remember the Michaels matches. People remember the Triple H matches. People remember, the match with, for better or worse, with Roman. I think Undertaker's match with Ric Flair is highly underrated. The 10-0.
Yeah. With the classic Arn Anderson getting involved.
Yeah, the Spinebuster.
That was a really good one.
That's a good shout as well.
Yes.
Brock Undertaker.
As much
Even
as
if the Undertaker couldn't remember it.
Yeah. And as much as Undertaker might. Oh.
Batista Triple H at 21. Agreed. Yeah, there's so many. Yep. Problem is, we've had 40 WrestleManias now.
JBL versus Cena.
Oh, yeah. Undertaker walking that aisle.
Could you imagine?
Go on.
Could you imagine being Undertaker? Right now, Edge is probably sitting there thinking he's glad he's champion because he hasn't got to be in the ring right now for the entrance.
Oh, yeah. Standing chills if you stood in the ring when this is going on.
That's what I mean. If you were in the ring and he's approaching you with this song,
shitting yourself, aren't you? Let's be fair.
It would just be.
Can you do an Undertaker impression, Matt Baines, just while he's on the way to the ring? Have you got one? Oh, nice. I've got I don't think I can do that, but I can do like a vocal impression. I don't know if it's any good. I'll let you tell me if it's any good, right? McMahon, I own the key to your heart and your soul.
And you will rest in peace.
Why are you shouting at me? He never shouted in his life.
Yeah,
you scared me a bit then.
Murder Live. The legendary Murder Live.
May Eunice also says Daniel Bryan, Batista, Orton for underrated. Yeah, I think you could say about 1,000.
No. Go back to that one. Go back to that one. Do you know I thought it was an underrated match for that entire event?
What?
The one that led up to it.
Oh, the Triple H one. I don't think Triple H has ever had a bad WrestleMania match, and he wrestled the Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah.
If you could have any wrestler in an action figure, not in WWE, ooh, Interesting question. Maybe.
You mean currently, or do you mean ever?
Oh, maybe TNA OG Abyss.
I like that. I like that.
I still think the champion should have come out first here. I think the champion comes out last, unless the babyface is huge. Anytime, Matt.
Any company, it's any company. I am. It's just trying to think of one. It's just the only one. I want to go for something different and not go for the usual typical. I'm going to go with a bit of an old school because I was a fan of his style and everything. And I'm going to pick Steve Corino. I'm going to pick Steve Corino.
Okay, next question. Most unexpected Mania moment.
Voltage Wrestling, BDE.
Most unexpected Mania moment. Let's take them in order. Stop jumping
Unexpected.
ahead.
Dead easy. The end of the street.
Speaker's over. Speaker's over. Yeah, got to be.
It's got to be. No one.
Who's BDE? Somebody tell me who BDE is and I'll tell you. Or are we talking about Big Dick Energy? In which case, that's Batista.
Average.
Average, sorry. You are the expert. You'd know.
You're the one who doesn't choke.
Oh, BDE. I'm with you.
Oh,
YouTuber.
Brandon.
Brandon, Braden, yeah. Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. Here we go. We've got Edge now. Edge and The Undertaker, main event of WrestleMania. Matt, do you want to give us a time update?
Time update. We've got right now, we're at 3 hours and 18 minutes, 17 seconds, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25.
Good stuff. Thank you. If you're listening along, remember, we're doing this live on YouTube. We're also doing it on the podcast. So if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you subscribe, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button below. And it's free to do. So join the family. If you are listening on the podcast, make sure A, you subscribe to the podcast, but B, you check out our YouTube page at The Burning Truth 251 and give us a like and subscribe on there too. Loads of amazing content. You only get one podcast episode a week. 2 if you listen to the big NXT review. On YouTube, we are live at least twice every week, maybe 3, 4, 5 times, depending on our schedule. So loads and loads of different stuff, including interviews with local UK wrestlers, reactions to funny videos, chaos videos, anything that goes wrong in professional wrestling, botchamanias, try not to win challenges, all those sorts of things. What else do we do, Matt Burns? Watch alongs like this one just here, news videos, and so much more. Just make sure you subscribe to the YouTube. We're on the way to 1,000 subscribers, and we want you to join us there.
Interesting thing, while we've been You got about the
That,
belt.
Vince, is that title belt behind your head real? That is our logo, the Burning Truth title belt. It's not been made into an official belt yet, maybe one day, but if you're searching for us on social media, just type in the Burning Truth and look for the belt and you can find us absolutely anywhere, May. Thank you.
Now, this is interesting because Voltage Wrestling said he was training.
Correct.
Right? I may have found the wrestling company.
Oh, okay.
Now, the actual wrestling company...
Let's not say too much because we don't want people to go banging on his house, Matt Beans.
No. It's, just for training seminar. Talking to training school, because the wrestling company that it's linked with is Burning Heart Pro Wrestling, but it's in partnership, and the actual training school that he's on about would be Fighting Spirit Training School, which it is straight away. What's interesting with it is with Fighting Spirit Training School, that is a high quality training school. Definitely.
Good stuff.
Because bear in mind the fact that it is a standout school because it's got Trent Seven and it's got certain grizzled young veterans involved who run it to know it. GYV. So I will say this to you now with Voltage Wrestling, that is a top-notch quality school, if I am correct.
More importantly, though, right now we got the Undertaker and Edge in the ring, and Undertaker's just gone straight over that top rope.
Ooh.
Don't know if he's in his leg or his arm more as he went over.
Yeah.
But that's the thing with the Undertaker as a babyface. You've got to find cool ways to get the advantage on him and get him sympathy. And that's what Edge does really well in this match. Is he's the ultimate opportunist. So he takes the opportunity and he starts, you're able to gain sympathy from the Undertaker then because he's starting to get beaten down.
Ooh.
Pretty sure that's the one. Cool.
Yep.
It's making an awesome logo on the Burning Truth, May. It would make an awesome championship on a wrestling show, but more importantly, it's making an awesome logo on a YouTube wrestling show currently. Maybe one day.
One day.
To do stuff like that, what we need is people to like and subscribe the videos. So
right now, Edge showing how much of an opportunity he is, attacking, taking, not letting him get in the ring.
Yeah. That's it. You got to get some heat on him.
Oh yeah.
Big right hand from Edge. Undertaker on the apron.
Voltage Wrestling. Got a question from him?
Yeah, man. Of course you do.
Of course you do. 100%. I was thinking of doing MJF reaction to you and maybe Roman Reigns. Have fun with it. Definitely have fun with it.
Yeah, do what you need to do.
Because MJF is a top worker for AEW, and Roman Reigns, we always acknowledge him. Here we go. This is what I think is really interesting with Taker, is that whenever he's got a unique gimmick, very mystic. You know,
Yeah.
it sounds like very powerful, and yet he can wrestle and make it look like, you know, like you might think he's just human, but he added a nice spin. So you sit there thinking he isn't human at the same time. I feel as though that they've tried to recreate that magic at the moment with other individuals, and he's not been able to quite catch it yet.
For example?
For example, if I'm not mistaken, Mordecai.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Then we've also got the White at 6 currently.
Yeah.
Bray Wyatt, I feel as though when it came from he was on a winning streak, which was great. The second he had to start eating losses, took that mystifying thing away from him.
That's the thing. The Undertaker could lose.
Yeah.
Not all the time, but he could lose and not lose any mystique. Oh, there goes Edge. That is a big bump to the outside. A big old bump.
But here's the thing. So Edge caught him. He caught him.
He caught him. What time are you on?
Edge caught Taker of the dive.
Oh, I'm just watching the dive now. I must have fell behind you. Give me the time again, Matt Burns, for anybody listening along.
We are at, hang on, 3 hours and 26 minutes and, hang on, and 28, 29, 30, 31.
Right, I'm caught up now. I think my whole system's running a little bit slow because I'm running the stream and I've ran 2 streams tonight. Question for this one then, Matt Burns.
What?
Question for this one then. Was this the right match to close the show? Everything we've seen.
Well, technically, bear in mind that Cena was the Rumble winner, and usually that ends the show. But
not this year.
But for this one, I think this is definitely one that should be ending the show because it is title versus career. Not career. Title versus streak.
I think I disagree. I think the Michaels Ric Flair match should have ended the show. Voltage, if I get a chance tomorrow, I'll definitely check you out. What time are you going live? UK time. Oh, Undertaker bumped over the bloody barricade. I don't think he meant that. Just waiting for Voltage Wrestling to tell us when he's going live. If I'm free and available, I'll check him out. Watch this, Matt Burns.
You got about the way he's just gone over the barricade.
Yeah. He's on just after 12 until 6. I think I might be at work, but if I can, I'll definitely check it out.
Oof.
What are your expectations for WrestleMania 41? May, if it's anything like the last couple of years, my expectations for WrestleMania 41 are that night 1 is fabulous and night 2 is a letdown versus night 1. Because that's been the case for the last few years. Other than the finish of last year, the last couple of years they've done 2 night WrestleManias. Night 1's been stronger than night 2 every time. And we'll know that if Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre's on night 2. Because it's a match nobody's interested in. What's the other one? LA Knight and Jacob Fatu. It's just filler. There was big talk of a punishment actually this week for Charlotte Flair and Tiffany Stratton. You interested in that?
Yeah.
So it was rumors. So I don't want to say it was it's a definite, but it was rumors that the punishment for going off script last week may be that the Charlotte Tiffany Stratton match main events WrestleMania SmackDown Friday. Ouch. We'll see if that's true.
No, it's going to be the SmackDown Tag Team Championships.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me either. It's the right thing.
I'm just
So, yeah,
trying to
that's my
find.
expectations. What are yours, mate? While you're googling, what are your expectations for WrestleMania 41 as Edge locks in this leg lock on the Undertaker?
I'm just trying to find it now. As you said, what's going to be the card? It's going to be interesting. It just depends on which match is on which, and I'm just trying to find it now. The actual match card, so we know which one's which. Because there was a bit of a rumor of where they were going to be. It's just all depends on which one's night one and which one's night two. So we know the main event is definitely going to be for night one. Punk, Seth, and Roman.
Yeah.
I'm just
Is main event in night one the main event? I don't think it is. But anyway.
You don't?
No. The main event of WrestleMania is the end of night two. It's the end of the event. Forget this night one main event bollocks. Voltage says he does daily live streams. Well, we'll definitely check him out, Voltage, definitely. Find us on Facebook if you're on Facebook, at The Burning Truth 251. Or no, it's just The Burning Truth. But look for the championship belt and give us a follow on there. And if we'll follow back, and if you go live, we'll make sure to post it on our socials as well.
Yep. I'm just looking it up now. The rumored card now. Right. Right. The rumored matches for Saturday is Gunter and Jay, Tiffany and Charlotte, LA Knight and Jacob, El Grande and Americano versus Rey Mysterio, New Day versus War Raiders, Naomi and Jade Cargill, Punk, Rollins, Reigns.
Night one sounds boss.
Which Sunday leaves us with Logan Paul versus AJ Styles.
Yeah.
Braun Breaker versus Penta versus Dom versus Balor.
Yeah.
Io Sky versus Ripley versus Bianca.
Yeah.
Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre. Greek fight. The women's tag team titles. It says Judgment Day, but we know it's going to be Liv Morgan and that against Bayley and Lyra. And then probably the main event, Cody Rhodes versus John Cena. Right. So I'm just taking a look in the notes. We appreciate the fact that you've come to us, Voltage Wrestling. Honestly, we've appreciated your questions and comments and everything. We will have a great week because straight away we appreciate the fact that you've been on here. We hope to speak to you again and reach out, check out our content. We're always thankful for it, and we'll be hopefully be able to check out some of your content soon as possible, and giving you plenty of shout outs and much love. Because just the fact that you've commented us on here and shared some love and followed us more than likely, which is we're so grateful for it and so appreciative of it. By the way, back to the watch along. We've got Undertaker in parallel on the top rope with Edge, looking like it's going to be a superplex. And there he is. Well, straight away. For me, I think this was a good, solid match. And I know that many people might not have been shocked by this. It would have been a shock if Undertaker lost here. But still, I think certain calls that were made and certain discussions were the right call of how this went. May Eunice, you're more than welcome. We, appreciate you checking us out and everything. Honestly, we always appreciate any comments or hot takes or anything. If you want our opinion, we're always available to be contacted, and we don't mind sharing that. We don't mind speaking our minds. Anyway, hang on. Here comes the Undertaker's last ride. No, count it. Net break. Ooh, great counter.
I'm back, mate. Sorry. Give me a time update, Matt Burns.
We are at. Give me a minute. I'm just trying to find your sign. 3 hours, and I think it's. Hang on. 35, 50, 51, 52, 53.
Cool. So Undertaker's just in a cover, is he? Yeah.
No, Undertaker's literally just last rided him. Try again. 3 hours. It's 3 hours, 36, I think 16, 17, 29, 30, 31, 32.
Right, caught up. Undertaker's limping, picking up edge. Got you.
Yeah.
Voltage Wrestling, got to go. Thanks for Voltage Wrestling. See you next time.
Edge has had some really good counters. I like the count you did for the last ride.
Yeah.
As you picked him up, he dropped behind and just net breaked him.
Big boot. Was Edge underrated, do you think, as a main event heel?
No, I think he was right. He was perfect.
I think he was underrated during this time. I do.
A lot of people underestimate him because they didn't think he was a main event star. They just saw him as a tag team specialist. But he showed that he had his grit and teeth. I think most people got his biggest reaction to him when he was feuding with Cena.
Yeah. Jimmy Corderas is down.
He's down.
Oof. That's unfortunate for referee Jimmy Corderas.
Oh no!
Says the coach.
I've just realised something. This is the classic rundown.
Big low blow. What'd you say, Matt Burns? Sorry.
This is the classic rundown.
You guys should do commentary for wrestling shows because the banter and chemistry between you is on point. I don't think we could. I get way too frustrated with Matt Burns. I'd end up throttling him. It's a struggle to do the live streams on YouTube. If we were in the same room by now, I think I'd have hit him.
You wish. Don't remember get the brass knucks again.
Hey, maybe one day we'll do that on The Burning Truth. Maybe we'll get the rights to some wrestling shows and we can provide commentary for.
I've done it. I have done it in the past. The Burning Truth have done it in the past. But this was predating the regeneration.
Yeah. Channel's been going for a long time, but we've only been going since August this last year, yeah?
Yep.
Won't be long, Matt Burns, and we'll be on a year for The Burning Truth.
Oh, yeah, but get ready for this. The big run's coming up.
The big run.
The big run.
The big run.
You'll know exactly what I mean.
Here comes Charles.
You can blame Botchamania for it.
Here it comes.
Counter.
Where's the referee? Where's the referee? Oh, kick out. He must have been knackered.
Must have been gassed.
He must have thought, I can't believe I've just ran all the way down there for a 2 count.
He must have thought he was Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah. Oh, here they come. Hawkins and Ryder.
As they were
The
called, the
Edgeheads.
Edgeheads.
Oh,
That's
they did that on SmackDown a few times, though, didn't they? So they did Team
Yeah.
Angle. They did.
Oh, that's
They did the Edgeheads. I'm pretty sure. Did JBL have the Bashams with him at some point?
yes.
Yeah. SmackDown did that quite a lot with the heel champion.
Yeah. He did. But bear in mind, before they were the Edgeheads, can you remember what their name was before?
No.
The Major Brothers.
Ah, okay.
Boom, spear.
That's what I thought this was it. I'll be honest, I thought this was it.
Boom.
Hell's Gate.
Hell's Gate.
And what I learned this week watching a clip from WWE LFG was you should never ask to do this if you're new to the business. Did you see the clip? That girl asking if she could use the Hell's Gate.
I actually watched it.
I mean, there's about 1,000 better submissions than the Hell's Gate. Hot take on the Hell's Gate. It's a terrible finish.
I disagree.
And there's the win. Undertaker gets the win. The streak continues. Is that 16-0, Matt Burns?
That is 16-0, but I disagree with you on that one. I think the Hell's Gate is a really good submission. If you actually know what it is, it's actually known as a go-go plotter in the MMA community, and it can legit make you pass out.
Okay. I get that totally. Yeah. But
it's how it's applied. You're on about.
It doesn't look right, so it doesn't look effective.
It might not look effective. Being somebody who's been in one.
Yeah. But is this a business based on what hurts or what looks like it hurts?
True.
May wants to know our opinions on WWE LFG. I've not watched a full episode. I've just seen clips, May. So I'm probably not the best place to talk about it. Yeah.
No, really good. I'm enjoying it. I do find it shocking on Booker T's view on the Dudley Boys Championships, because he actually called the ECW Tag Team Championships not world titles. He called them regional.
Oh, there you go. Right. I tell you what, let's we're at the point here where the match is finished. It's the end of the pay-per-view. We're coming up to that 2-hour mark. So let's take this home, Matt Burns. Thanks very much, everyone, for joining us. We hope you've had as much fun as we have. Again, if you want to subscribe, we're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. Hit the like, the follow, the subscribe button below. It's free to do, and we'll love you for it. Thanks for joining the live chat. If you're not watching live, get your comments in on all the questions we talked about.
Definitely. Don't forget that we're closing in on 1,000 subscribers. If you haven't hit that button yet, now's the time to help us hit that milestone. Keep growing this amazing wrestling community. And until next time, stay fired up, stay passionate. And of course, remember the FTBA. And if you don't know what it means, of course, don't forget to be awesome.
Rest in peace.